What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, everything is good. Still kind of not all the way good, but good enough. You know, I'm here with my dog.
What's bad?
Oh, no. I was joking about the internet. Because, that's the behind the scenes. Like, y'all don't get to know why we, taking it old school. But it's still a ton of fun, man. So, I ain't tripping on it. But I figured I'd throw it out on the front end,
Is that the only hiccup right now?
Pretty much,
the only thing holding you down?
That's about the only thing from keeping it from being like a 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. You, Deke, I ain't stopped smiling since I've been in this joint, man.
Yeah,
you know how it go,
I don't blame you.
Hey, man, you kind of got a little bit of the behind the scenes, man, the layout and everything, man. Like, yeah, man, that's, it's not much to be complaining about, man. Just get that internet, and now we all the way there, baby. We all the way there. But such is life, man. But how my dog doing, though, man?
Good, man.
Yeah.
A little cold in the burg right now.
No, it did get brick out here all of a sudden, man.
Yeah. Not much going on. I caught up on Hard Knocks yesterday. Watched the last couple.
Okay.
I was slacking, and I don't know. These new ones just don't hit the same. I guess it's because we're losing.
Fair enough. You know what? I don't think I've tapped back in all the way on it since we've lost. No, part of that has been the 3 games, 11 days, throw the move, throw the holidays. I feel like it's been a lot going on. But yeah, I definitely haven't tapped in. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what was most recent because, yeah, you're right. When you lose, you're like, I don't even say that clip, bro. You don't even hit to say.
I think every episode has gotten gradually worse. Started off with a bang. It was that Bengals win.
It was
we put up
epic,
40 points,
man.
500 yards of total offense.
It was epic.
Then we had the nice Browns win after, but it wasn't as electric.
Yeah.
And then we got all these losses.
In the middle of a skid. But hey, man, we got a nice opportunity.
Too many sequels in this Hard Knocks documentary.
Nice opportunity this weekend, though, man. Bengals on a 4-game winning streak. Us
Yeah.
on a 3-game losing streak. Let's see how this plays out, man. So at least, from that sense, it hopefully gives us a little bit better action, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully this cold weather helps us out, too, man, because like you said, it definitely got brick all of a
it might
sudden,
neutralize some things.
You would hope.
Bengals
Cold weather
offense
definitely helps us better.
hopefully won't be as high flying.
Yeah.
Right. Cold weather, some wind down there. It being on grass even.
Yeah, I feel like all of that should be in our favor. But
the first game was in Cincy. It was good weather on turf. We kept up though. I mean,
shoot.
We did everything good in our own right on offense.
Well, I was going to say, man, even looking back on that, it's like that is like one of the last games where a team has scored 40-plus even on that Bengals defense. But then the flip side is like it's one of the last times they've had like the crazy offensive output also. Like they've been winning games, but that 38, like we ain't gotten back to that, or they haven't gotten back to that. They're getting close to it, though.
7 of them
They're
was
capable.
off the Russ pick, too.
Yeah. I forgot about the pick. You're right. Yeah.
Defense wasn't as bad as the final score. It was still
Yeah.
rough in that fourth quarter, though.
Oh, 1,000%, man. But I think now, even with a larger sample size, all of us will be agreeing about Cincinnati. Like, yeah, offensively, they got one of the best offenses in the league. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think no ifs, ands about that one, man.
No.
Yeah.
One of the best quarterbacks, the best receiver this season. You can still have the debate of who you're taking between Chase and Jefferson, but Chase is just flat out right having the best season.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Which is crazy. And here they are. They got plenty to play for this weekend. And, yeah, we got everything pretty much locked up. We just worried about seeding and stuff like that.
At least we'll know going into the game. At least we'll know if we can get a home playoff game or not.
How you feel about that, though?
Division.
Would you rather know on the front end?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think that could dictate how we run some things during the game. If it gets out of hand one way or another, just, we got our spot pretty much locked up.
Okay, this is it.
Like, let's not risk any injuries, do
Okay.
anything stupid here. I'm happy to know beforehand.
Okay. Because part of me is like, I don't know. Like, it is cool that obviously if the Ravens lose,
Well, I guess if we
could
win,
the
though,
division.
the 5 seed is a bigger deal.
Right, because that's what I'm like, we still have seeding that is kind of still impacted based off
Either
of
way,
how
I think
play.
we are going to be trying to win.
Yeah.
Really trying to win. Because a 5 seed going up against the Texans versus road against the Ravens, I guess it would be.
Yeah,
the Ravens
road against
win
Ravens,
and we lose.
Yeah.
I think that's a big deal. Not to TG. TG would actually prefer it the other way.
Give us Baltimore first.
Yeah, he wants us to lose and the Ravens win in this game. And the Chargers got to win too, I guess.
Yeah. I'm still trying to find another person to kind of like follow that mindset. I was talking to some other people. They was like, yeah, man, I like the Chargers.
You see what's going on with Penn State?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
2 wins against some easy opponents in the Final Four.
Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, we don't have to go that route. Nobody is looking at Penn State like, oh, you suck. No, they're in the Final Four, man. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. They're there. We see it in college basketball.
You don't know
too.
What injuries could happen in the wild card.
Man.
What version of a team you're going to be getting in that divisional round after you say you beat the Texans. I'm not complaining, or I'm not feeling sorry about whatever path we got to take.
Nah. And shoot, how many times have we had injuries going into the postseason or injuries late in the year? Like, bump that, man.
Penn State's got a legitimate chance being in the national championship.
Oh, no.
Because they're going to be playing a weak Georgia team or a Notre Dame team who is always on the same level as Penn State, and that they choke and underperform. So it'll be a battle between Penn State, Notre Dame, or a Georgia team with a backup. They win that game, they're in the Natty.
Yep. Simple as that, bro. Man.
And then who knows what happens, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Shoot, did you get a chance to watch the game last night, Oregon versus Ohio State?
I threw it on after TG texted the group and said Ohio State is pounding them right now. So I just wanted to see if it was completely out of hand, and it pretty much was. It was at halftime. I turned it on. I'm like, okay, I guess if Oregon, they got to score a couple times in a row to get it down to like 1 or 2 scores here. But then it was over midway through the third quarter officially.
Yeah, shout out to was it Jeremiah Smith? Like, Duke ball, man. He looked good.
He'd be a top 5 pick if he came out right now.
Nah, I would agree. Yeah,
dude's insane.
Yeah, the size, speed, the catch, the
I see why you said
body control.
The people from Ohio State say he might be better than Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, he's bigger. Like, look at his frame. It's like, oh, we saw him doing it, but Marvin Harrison was like more lean, more thin. This dude, he kind of got that like Megatron type body type with him, man. So. Yeah, but I was impressed, man. I'm like, all right, you showing up big games, man, big moments versus a team that beat y'all earlier in the year too.
I think Ryan Day's job's safe.
Why do we always do that to with coaches, man? He was about to get fired. Literally, with that Michigan game.
Don't lose that Michigan game, man.
You lose Michigan, it's like you're.
If they would have lost in the first round, I think it would have been justified.
Whereas now we're looking like, they about to give you the deal, bro. You about to get the re-up.
Yeah, smoked Tennessee, and then you smoked Oregon, the number 1 team. And then you're gonna get
Ohio State got a great
chance. What's the matchup here for them? Which Ohio State and Texas.
Yeah, they got a great chance.
They're probably favored.
They got a great chance, man. Mm-hmm. You could really see Penn State, Ohio State potentially, man.
That was close in the first matchup. Penn State screwed up a couple times in the red zone.
Yeah.
Maybe I underestimated Penn State this year. Maybe they're a little bit better than I thought. I still think. When Pitt was firing on all cylinders, 7-0, Holstein was doing his thing. We could have beat Penn State. We definitely could have beat Penn State.
Respect.
The problem is, I think just college football is a little bit down. Not in terms of entertainment, but just like great teams, like dominant teams.
Yeah.
Penn State probably is a top 4 or 5 team right now, legitimately.
Yeah.
Like they deserve to be in this Final Four. Whenever you stack it up against all the other teams that were in the playoffs, all the other teams that are ranked in the top 10. Yeah, they you know what? Yeah, they're probably that good. But it doesn't feel like I'm just telling you. It doesn't feel like
we're
they're
so
that good.
Accustomed to the Georgias, the Bamas, the OHIOs, like when they are like dominant. That now that you're kind of seeing a team that is good but flawed, kind of like Georgia this year. It's like you don't really know. Are they really that good? Are they fool's gold? I think in today's like college football space, like how you said, I think it's a lot more parity. I think they kind of have what we experience in the NFL typically, where all the teams are good enough. Nobody like is just above it where they can show up and it doesn't matter how they play, they're going to win. Nah, if you don't play your best game, you can get beat. And I think right now you're seeing that with college football. And I mean, you think about SMU, how they kind of came out of nowhere. It's like, all right, they show that, hey, they're good enough. You talk about Pitt. Man, Pitt was 7-0 and legitimately in this conversation.
Thank you.
Think about legitimately in the conversation. But that's where we are college football, and I think it's a good thing. Yeah. I mean, it gets boring.
I guess part of that. Some
people they get bored.
Part of that's due to the NIL.
Yeah, that's the pros and cons.
The wealth gets spread around a little bit instead of being like Holstein. He could have been on Bama's team, being like their backup or third string, sitting there. You go to Pitt, get paid, be a starter. showcase your talent a little bit.
It changed the whole like face of college football, and that is one of the positives from it. You do have more talented players being spread out, man.
Yeah, they still need to figure some stuff out, like cap it and all that. But I think it's heading in the right direction. I like the 12-team playoff.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. I mean, we're new to all this, but yeah, hopefully it gets ironed out.
Yeah. I think we've always, at least with the college stuff, man, we were torn between trying to make it like NFL free agency contracts, but at the same time, hey, you're an amateur, so this isn't coming directly from the school. It's a separate fund that is donated, you know what I mean, and people can pay you that way. So we're kind of like in no man's land a little bit with that. And I think that's the structure that people are calling for. We don't know, is that contracts, like put limits on it? Is it salary caps? Like we don't know what that is. And I think that for the college kids right now, they can't unionize either. So they don't even have that one central voice that's telling them, like professionals, this is the method we should go with because of this. It's still early in that process.
Everyone's trying to
get
theirs, and I don't blame them. You're in college for this limited period of time, and the money's flying. Why not?
Yeah, and that's the case right now, man. Yep, that's definitely the case, man. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it continues to play out.
Would you want to be the one to like die on this righteous hill of like, man,
I don't think of it as righteous.
I really want to stick to this loyalty, or this is how it should be done.
So I don't think of it as righteous down the hill. I think at some point though, when we're just talking about the overall product, one of the reasons why the NFL we support it and we're so like attached to it is because I can still follow the storyline. Ben Roethlisberger was one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he could sign anywhere until he signed a contract that told you, hey, he's here for the next 3 years, so you can bank on it, you can market it, you can coach around it, you can recruit, you can do whatever you need to as a fan. I can fall in love with this. Not, hey, he's here right now. He might not be here the next year. You might have 4 different dudes in the next 4 years. It's like, yo, how do I build this? How do I, as a fan base, love this? Do I resent this player for going to get more money? Do I like this player? How do I feel? And it's just like, yo, it just causes too much of the chaos. Whereas when you simplify it and say, hey,
I agree,
you can have the NIL. We're not capping how much money you can make on it. But just like baseball doesn't have a salary cap, they still have contract length. So I know
I like that.
You're here for 2 years.
Like that.
Even if you're signing a 1 year contract, at least let me know on the front end that it's a 1 year. So I'm not banking on you being a part of my depth chart in the spring. I'm not banking on you being a part of my depth chart when I'm recruiting this guy over here. And I'm saying I don't have to get you because I got you here. So I can go and maybe get that guy instead. I just think that you undercut all of that right now with how these guys are able to leave, you know, without any type of consequence. And that, to me, is the big difference between what the coaches were doing versus what the players are doing right now. Coach, you still had a contract. You still had a length on it, and it was a buyout. It was some type of ramification that if you're going to leave us high and dry, the school is still going to get some type of positive compensation out of it. So that way, everything doesn't go to heck. Whereas right now, we don't have that guideline or that type of like restriction on the players. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Would you want to be the player that is coming out of high school, 5-star recruit?
Yeah.
I'm signing 4 years here. Like, I'm lock me in.
If the money is right, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Imagine that. Think about when they dropped that one quarterback. They said the Duke guy. He signed a 2-year, $8 million, like whatever that was, right? That was the first time we ever saw it worded like that.
Was that for hoops?
No, that's football.
2 years,
football.
$8 million.
Yeah, it was like quarter. He transferred from was it Tulane? I think it was. Transferred Duke from Tulane. It was a 2-year or 3-year, $8 million deal. That's how they worded it. And we're like,
$4 million for this guy. I've never even heard of him.
That's what we all said. But for going rate quarterbacks, it's like, yeah, if you want to have a chance, that's what you get. Shador's probably getting that.
I wonder what Holstein's getting now. He said he's coming back.
Yeah. So that's the part where we're like, okay, you're seeing how you can get paid in this thing. We're seeing some of the, the growth with it. But I just think that, if you put the contract length with that money associated, a high school kid would say, I signed it. I signed your school for 4 years,
that's fair.
$8 million. Yeah.
That's fair.
But now you run back to the risk of what people say, was that amateur anymore? Because people are still like dying on that hill of, you're not supposed to have contracts, they're kids. And I think we all passed that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Do some type of salary cap, though. Do a salary cap, put up some guardrails, make it, if you do sign an NIL deal, whatever the deal is with the school, that it has to be maybe a bare minimum 2 years, so you just can't be hitting the transfer portal every year, because that does get frustrating as a fan. Yeah. The continuity, the storylines, that is what makes certain sports and what makes certain leagues better than others. That's why college basketball died so much.
Think about it,
you guys staying 3-4 years, you had these rivalries, looking forward to it every year. Now it's all one and dones. I mean, you're seeing the same thing happening with college football a little bit. Football is just, I don't know, it's just a better sport, though. We're kind of overlooking some of those flaws.
Like
I really do think college football is in a good spot.
Yeah, overall quality is exciting. It's dominant. It's only going to get better. We're just trying to perfect it. And I think that's the part where we're like, okay, how do you perfect it? We've realized that
who's coming up with the guidelines or rules? Who is going to be that? Is it NCAA? Is it the
problem is
now?
this: as a whole, college football is still in that
government,
that influx of, do we want to still stick with NCAA as the overall governing body, or is it what I kind of see happening in the next couple of years or so? SEC pulls out and does their own, this is our thing right here, our kind of league, almost like what you see in soccer over in Europe. It's like you have all these different legit leagues and classifications, but they won't just all marry and get back together because it's I don't need to. I'm a big enough draw. I got my own TV stuff, and you can see where some of these universities already got that the infrastructure already in place. But that's kind of what I see. So if that's the approach, do you even care about trying to do all those things and making it right and doing that when you feel like, man, I can come over here separating? We're going to be all right.
I think as long as we could have a coming together at the end of the season for a big college football playoff. Yeah. If you get the Big Ten having 20, 25 teams, SEC having 20, 25 teams, do something like the NFL where it's AFC, NFC, and then have the 12-team playoff, whatever it is.
Yeah, I think that'd be hard.
We need that.
That'd be hard, bro. That'd be hard.
Because you could have the Big Ten, every team's playing each other, and then you send out maybe 5 or 6 teams.
And
SEC,
you play their top
same
ones.
thing, 5 or 6 teams haven't played each other. Mm-hmm. Then maybe you get 1 or 2 teams outside of those conferences. Get in there. Say if it's just a bunch of little conferences. So if JMU wins the Sun Belt and they will go undefeated, they're the top ranked of the other conferences. All right, get them in.
Hey, time out. Could you call it the G5? I like how you
said
the little
G5. Get them in. Get a Boise State in, and
he was like, the little 12 teams. You know the little guys over there, man.
Hey. I think
you're right, though.
That could be done. As long as Pitt's in Big Ten or SEC, I'm fine with it. As long as we're not left out.
Big Ten or SEC? I like it.
As long as we're not left out whenever it gets to the 2 big conferences, it becomes 3 big conferences.
You don't want to be a part of the little smaller conference?
No. No. I'd say, legitimately, though, I don't think they would get left out.
I don't think so.
They're at least a top 30,
in
35
multiple sports, they're across
program.
The board.
And with hoops, too.
Whether you're talking guys or girls, your volleyball program
I was
is
gonna
top
say,
notch.
You see the volleyball and the soccer programs are tops right now.
That's what I was going to say. Y'all have enough, so y'all would not get left out, man. Right. Absolutely not, man.
I would get worried about that, though. We still really need our own stadium. We need to build up the tradition back for football.
But you're getting back, though. These past couple of seasons, man, the winning ways, the buzz around it, it's definitely picked back up. So y'all just got to keep finding y'all quarterback. As long as it's Holstein or somebody of that caliber, or the Duggar, Kenny Pickett type. If
Holstein ends up leaving, I have to take our chance with Duggar. Now, here, too. We need someone like that.
Has Holstein all the way said he's back?
He's back. He made an announcement. They did a video and all that.
Oh, all right. Never mind it.
Yeah, him and the running back, Desmond Reed, he's sick, too. So we got the pieces back on offense we need.
All right. I like it then, man. I like it. Shoot. Well.
He already knows how to carve up that West Virginia defense. So
we didn't see that.
Yeah.
It's a little different. Ain't no tight end playing quarterback. I got you, bro.
Yeah,
I got you, man. I remember.
It really is. It's crazy.
Yep. So I like it, man. All right. Well, shoot, man. Usually we start the show with the shout outs and all that other good stuff, but that ain't the vibe today. We ain't live. So it's no live, it's no shout out. So we're going to hop right into the first thing, but you know how we do. Hit that like button one time for the culture. And of course, do not forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. All righty. Well, actually, man, the first thing I did want to talk to you about, man, I don't even think we got a graphic this one, but Pro Bowls, man. We had the initial Pro Bowl roster get released. We had a Big Four. Shout out to the Big Four. It seems like it's the same names over and over, but I like it either way, man. Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and Chris Boswell, all 4 named to the Pro Bowl and named as starters to the Pro Bowl as well, man. How my dog feeling about that, man?
I like that. I definitely like that. I was getting a little concerned yesterday whenever they dropped the first place results.
Oh, yeah.
They teased us a little bit.
Yeah, because the first place results doesn't always correlate to who actually
gets the nod. It was for the fan voting. The first place results
votes.
For the fan voting. And TJ was, I think, second place, so we knew he was getting in. But you saw, I am kind of disappointed, though, too, after seeing the first place fan voting results because some of those guys got left out here.
Yep.
It was Cam. And then it was 3 special teams. It was Miles Killebrew.
Yep.
It was Boz. and then Christian Kuntz.
Yep. All three would lead.
So initially when I saw that list, I was kind of bummed in a way because I'm not knocking special teams. I've come around too. I've become a big special teams guy. But
talk your talk.
If those were going to be the 5 names, if you include TJ making the Pro Bowl, it just was going to be a little disappointing because over half of them are special teams dudes. When you think of Pro Bowl, traditionally, you're like,
I know. You want offense, defense guys.
It's those, it's those notable players. It's those guys you're paying a lot of resources to, the big name guys on your offense and defensive side that are the blue chippers that are typically getting in. So,
and that's
to
also,
not see some of those guys, guys were a Dante Jackson, a Najee Harris, a JPJ, Patrick Queen,
Zach Frazier, right?
See those guys not getting in there. I'm just thinking, or getting that type of recognition. I know it was first place fan voting. I'm thinking to myself, bro, is this really where we're at as a team? Is this really where we're at? Like 2 legitimate guys getting in. It's just TJ and Cam. The other guy, Boswell, definitely. That's a different story too. I think Boswell as a kicker, but Kuntz as the long snapper, Miles Kill. It don't hit the same as a Minka getting in or Patrick Queen getting in.
I'm with you.
I still think, honestly, that's why I'm disappointed though too. After seeing the first place results and thinking that Killebrew and Kuntz were going to be shoo-ins, and now they're not in. Now I'm kind of bummed. Now I'm like, wait, those dudes got snubbed.
Hey, look, man, you was downplaying them. Now they don't get it. Now you wanted them in, man. Oh, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They went Jacksonville instead. I was like, oh,
I am kind of bummed now with that. But I like that Minka is getting his proper respect, even though, again, he's not having this crazy splashy season. I still think he's the best safety in the league. I think he does a lot for this defense. TJ Watt, he's going to be talked about for the depoy here. It seems like Patrick Surtain's making some ground. I saw that the odds have flipped a little bit. Not happy about that. So TJ's going to have a big game against the Bengals here.
Loud game in prime
Cam
time.
Hayward,
Loud game in prime
this is a big bounce-back year for him. He might be
All-Pro time, man.
Well, yeah, I was going to say All-Pro. He might be the best interior
All-Pro
defensive
time.
lineman in the league right now, which is pretty crazy. With Aaron Donald retiring. Chris Jones has been banged up a little bit this year. Dexter Lawrence, I think, has been hurt.
He's hurt right now. This is where you get Cam getting that first team All-Pro. When we talk Hall of Fame stuff, this is another one of those
get a
it
sack and a
checks.
half or something in this Bengals game.
It's another one where it checks off, man. Like Pro Bowls, All-Pros are massive.
And then Boswell, best kicker in the league, obviously, is rightfully deserved there too. So I'm good with it. Little bummed that Dante Jackson didn't get in. Zach Frazier, I think those guys would have been deserving because Dante Jackson with the 5 picks.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's as good as the other 4 corners that made it, just flat out, but he's got the production to be in the conversation. And Zach Frazier's going up against a couple tough guys at the center position. I didn't know if they got 2 or 3 centers in, but
they did
after
2.
seeing they only got 2, I kind of get why Frazier didn't make it.
Yeah. Worst case, though, if things don't work out for us in the playoffs, he got to be shortlist for first alternate, right?
If I feel Chiefs or Ravens,
or one of them too, right?
Yeah.
Or even if they're in the AFC Championship game, right? And this is barring us
you
playing
get banged,
in there.
one of those
right?
guys,
You know what
a little
I mean?
banged up, have to have a little surgery. Yeah,
just whatever. You know what I mean? Like typically, I'd look at Frazier and I'm like, you got to be like probably the closest to be getting in, because as I was looking at the rest of the guys, and I'm gonna kind of talk about the 4 that did get named, I was like, okay, Muth potentially. Just depending on how we look at it, but it was still just, another like regular Muth type of season.
Yeah.
Same with Naj. I look at Naj and I'm like, all right, but it still was just a regular like Najee season. Yeah, it wasn't as explosive late as it was early. And I mean, you can make a case with multiple dudes that we were talking about potentially getting that Pro Bowl nod or get that last little push late in the year. It's like, it did kind of cool offensively and defensively. Like, yeah. I mean, there was times we were talking about GP and it was like, man,
absolutely. I thought he was going to be a shoe.
He got hurt, man. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, it all kind of, whether it's the injuries or whether it's some dudes not playing as well, some dudes' role being minimized a little bit, like across the board, that was one of the parts where I was just like, all right, like I get it.
That's why I was a little bummed when I saw those first place voting results. Yeah. And it's just like, okay, we got 4 names. 3 of them, it's Boss, Killebrew, and Kuntz. I'm thinking to myself, damn, I mean, I can't really make a great defense for anyone else, to be honest.
But the thing we'll say is this, though, man.
I guess it is where it is. I guess that's where we're at as a squad.
The one thing we'll say is this, though, man. At least, like, to me, Killebrew, I would love to have seen him up there. I feel like Killebrew has continued to be one of them dudes. At least we feel his impact.
I feel like Kuntz got snubbed the more I think of it.
Shout out to Kuntz be snapping, man.
Well, yeah, where's his bad snap? Boswell's drilling all these kicks. Yeah.
We're not minimizing the snapping. Do you know what I mean?
Waitman's having a good punting
we're not
season.
minimizing it. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just like,
Kuntz got snubbed.
Shout out to Kuntz, man. Hey, you hit that like button for Christian Kuntz, man. All right, Charlotte Valley legend. Shout out to the dog.
Don't tell me the dudes. Don't give me the false hope of yesterday. All right, the dude's making it, and now all of a sudden he's not. He's first place in the fan voting, and now he can't make it. What?
Maybe it's an alternate, man. I don't think Jacksonville's sitting out, unfortunately. They probably have a lot
of
free
is that
time.
who made it? The Jacksonville long snapper?
Bro, they had Jacksonville's long snapper. And it was Jacksonville's long snapper and Jacksonville's punter that made it.
They had a lot of work. They got a lot of opportunities.
And Logan Cook. Ross Matizik is the snapper. Logan Cook is the punter.
Okay.
And obviously Boz is our place kicker. The special teamer, they went with Brendan Schooler up in New England as well. Not really liking that, if we're being real. Give me Miles.
Calvin Austin maybe could have had a case as for a return man. He had that touchdown. He's done really good for us. Too. Like every time, I don't think he had any ball security issues this year.
No, he's looked good.
Maybe one, but it seems like every time he's either catching the ball securely or he's getting you at least like 10, 15 yards, and then he took the one to the house.
Heck yeah. Like, they have Marvin Mims as the starter up here. I don't know everything he did this season, but if we're talking just returners, whenever you touch paint, you gonna be on that short list. So even if he's not
Johnson
the guy,
you
know what I mean? So I'm like, even if he's not the guy,
he was all pro.
He was all pro. He was all pro behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, even if he doesn't make it initially, just keep a lookout on it, because that's one of those ones that if anything happens to Mims, he could be a part of that convo. What I was gonna say with Calvin Austin, man, I kind of blur his punt return production with his overall offense production, because I felt like his offensive production really took an uptick this season.
Yeah.
And we felt a lot more explosive plays there. But I'm like, that wasn't necessarily all special teams plays, but I feel like, man, he's been a dope return man. He's had multiple field flipping explosive returns this season.
Yeah. He's been good for us.
Yeah.
I like the jump that he's taken. It hasn't been elaborate, but I think it's one that makes sense.
Yeah.
In a way, where going from his last season to 1,000 yards or 1,100 yards this season would maybe be too much of a stretch or too much of a leap. Where it's like, okay, now he's starting to like settle in the offense, find a little bit of a role. He's might get like 600 yards in receiving.
Yeah,
and then add it to the continual.
Let me see how many touchdowns he currently has too. Cause
the continual consistency we're seeing with him in the punt return game too. He's a nice piece. Like, this year could have went either way for him, is I guess what I'm trying to say, the point I'm trying to make, where
4 touchdowns on it, man.
If he doesn't have a season like this, we're talking about him being on like the cutting room floor next offseason.
You're very true,
with
man.
a Roman
very
Wilson
true.
being here. Who else are we going to draft? Who else are we going to bring in from a receiving standpoint and free agency?
And knowing how loud we were talking about receivers earlier in the season as well, and during the offseason after we traded Deontay. Yeah.
Like, he's definitely found a spot. I think he's at least going to be our third or fourth receiver no matter what next season. And then he's really good and really reliable in the return game.
No, facts, man. Now, he's definitely been one of those dudes that kind of surprised a lot of us. Bro,
Tougher
he's shown a lot
think.
of toughness, a lot of heart, man. Like, he took some shots this season.
That's what Tomlin was saying in Hard Knocks. He's like, this Calvin Austin, he's a tough son of a bitch. Like,
no, facts on that, man.
This dude's legit, man.
Facts, man. I like that, man. But shout out to the Big Four, though, man. When you're talking about TJ Watt, man, we know he's trying to get that depoy, his second one. And, man,
he needs to have a big game here.
He has to be a loud game in prime time.
He needs to
Don't do it like that. Don't do it
like
that. Don't you
He's
do
been
it
leaving
like
the door open way too much over the last couple months here.
Don't you do it like that, man. Just let my dog live, man. He gonna find a way. All right, go get it this weekend.
He has a case still right now, but it's like I can't make this grand defense for you at this point. I want you to win, but leading the league in 6 forced fumbles, I don't know if that's gonna get it done. We need some more sacks.
So right now he's at 11.5.
Yeah.
He's 2.5 from the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's facing the league leader this game.
That's what I mean. I mean, he's got a case.
Statement game. Yeah,
he's got a case.
Game,
I will make a defense for him, but
yeah,
I'm not feeling as strongly about it as I have in recent years with him.
Does the 3 losses in 11 days, does that add to the feeling as well? Like, if we would have won one of those in between,
and him being a no-show in those games too, that affects.
Don't no-show him, Deke. He won't. No, he just wasn't all the way loud for 4 quarters. He was like mid, but
I think one of the games he made some nice play, like a nice tackle for loss or something.
It was either Baltimore or
Kansas City. Was that the Cleveland game? Yeah. I don't know. It just hasn't been memorable. I mean, that's kind of my point in saying fair. He's been a no-show.
I'm trying to think of, was it the Chiefs game? He had the tackle for loss like the first play, and then after that it kind of got a little quieter. But this is a great opportunity this week, though, man. He has a great matchup. You
Yeah.
know they're going to throw the ball 40-plus times this week,
He had a good game
bro.
against the Bengals first time.
Absolutely, because they're going to throw the football. Like, that's what they do, and they still got very shoddy pass protection, man. So
Yeah.
some things have changed. That has not, though. So this would be the game. But, yeah, he has to get loud. I was like, man, between the two questions I have for you when we get
like,
to
why
the game,
is Surtain, like, I saw the odds flip.
because it's open. Because he hasn't
he even
slammed the
doing?
door. It's not what he's doing. It's what he's not doing. He's not
No,
allowing
I agree.
explosives. Yeah,
I agree. But I think that's also my point. And just
Yeah.
like no one is running away with this right now.
Yeah. You know what? This reminds me of a little bit of the year where Gilmore won it. And they were like,
Although he balled out early on.
yeah, but towards the back end, it just became the stat of he scored more than he's allowed. And it was like he had 2 pick sixes versus the 1 touchdown. And that was like the saving, like what everybody kind of like ran with. But right now, everybody's like, all right, do you want to go with Surtain? Okay. You know, they just played Cincinnati, right? Did you not see what Chase and T. Higgins?
That's what I'm saying. I don't. Like,
Maybe
what
I'm
has he
missing.
done?
You know what I mean? Like, what am I missing?
Am I missing a pick six or some like,
I'm like, hey.
crazy pass deflections that he's been pulling off?
In the past, we've always associated with whoever is the sack leader with being a D-point candidate. Trey Hendrickson, all right, but his team hasn't been the best.
Yeah.
And now they've finally gotten back to where they got a chance to get into the postseason, but that's like the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase argument. It's like, yeah, you're having a great season, but your team still sucks, man. Like, winning still matters. So, yeah, Parsons,
Some
same
of his
combo.
other stats aren't as gaudy as like
Yeah.
a TJ either, like the forced fumbles.
Right.
And I
So
don't know
it's-
what his tackles for loss are, the QB hits, but
So it's like you look at Parsons, dumpster fire team,
he's been hurt.
Cleveland,
Yeah, same
but
thing.
Miles just won it last year. You're not about to run it back to Miles.
He hasn't been loud at
Yeah.
all either.
And especially on the heels of how you gave it to him last year, too.
Yeah.
Man, you
insane.
can't come back and do that this year.
No.
But it's going to look real, I always say, like, hypocritical. But it's like, yeah, bro, if everything stays same, y'all go ahead and sit it this way, man. Sit it TJ. Yeah, run it back, bro.
I think he's got a legit case.
Run it back, man.
Just, he hasn't been playing as good as recent years.
How you feel about Cam?
For Depoy?
He don't get no talk on it, though. That's crazy. I mean, I get it, though. But he don't get no talk about it. Because if we were saying who was having the better season on the Steelers defense right now, we looking at Cam right now.
Oof, over TJ. Maybe.
I think it's close.
Yeah, I think it is close.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't
That's
think
the
Minka's in
crazy
that
part.
convo. I think it's TJ and Cam of who's had the best season. And then you low-key would throw Elliott, but I just don't think that he's in that conversation league-wide. But
maybe it's still TJ, but the expectations are way lower for Cam, and you're feeling
that's fair,
better
too.
about Cam's
Yeah.
season than TJ's.
yeah. But you think about the expectation for Cam when he signed that new deal when he was holding out or holding in, you know what I mean? That whole process, it was like, does Cam even still got that? Like, where is he at with this thing? And all the other questions that people had.
Yeah, we're robbing him blind right now.
Yeah, it's like, yo, this dude's
For the production he's giving us.
dominating dudes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was by there. I'm like, ooh.
He might hold out again this offseason. I
Like,
wouldn't
yo, I
blame him
need
either.
more. I
Yeah,
need more.
yeah.
Run the number
Maybe we
back
could get
up.
that up to 20 for
I'm
you.
just saying, bro. Like,
You're going to keep playing like
you
this.
saw what he did. Every time we say he can't, he comes back and he's like, watch this.
Yeah, he said 3 years.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to break the band up just yet. If that's what that looks like, yeah, you can stay in the band, bro. You're good. Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Nah, respect them, man. Respect. But yeah, outside of Turner's just finishing up the Pro Bowl convo, man. Outside of Zach
No Mahomes.
Frazier. Oh yeah.
That's actually right, though. It's right.
It is, but it feels weird, doesn't it?
It does.
It
yeah.
feels super
That's right. That's
weird.
correct.
It feels super weird.
Lamar
it is
Jackson,
right.
Burrow, and Josh Allen.
You saw
way better,
hey,
like statistical seasons.
I wasn't sure.
Way better production.
Let
than
me
Mahomes this year.
just. I
I'm
gotta.
still taking Mahomes over those three. If you ask me for a game, my life on the line.
Why would
tomorrow,
you say that? I was late about to ask you, like, yo, would you
But
take
for
it?
Pro Bowl requirements and
Yeah.
the stats being a part of it, that's fine. Those guys should get in over Mahomes easily.
I did have a question. If Josh is the starter in the Pro Bowl, like, how does that work for Lamar MVP?
I'm on your side. I think Josh Allen should win
No,
MVP.
no, but I'm like dead serious though, because it's like we know Lamar's still very much part of this convo. Joe Burrow, very much part of the convo. I'm like, they've already listed him as a starter at the Pro Bowl. Like,
I don't know if anyone takes the Pro Bowl that seriously.
I'm just
these
wondering. I'm
days,
just like,
in
damn,
terms of it
how does
affecting
that,
MVP
how does
awards
that
and
work,
stuff.
man? Like, he got the nod. I'm just saying, is that an indicator? Is that something that's letting people know? Like, I don't know.
I think it could be.
It's part of the convo, but I was definitely surprised with no Mahomes up there. But I do think these are the right 3 quarterbacks to be up there based on what they're doing just this regular season.
What do you think NFC with the quarterbacks is? Some are
'Cause
saying
that's,
Baker Mayfield got snubbed. which I can see.
Because we got
He's
Goff,
putting
you
up
got
a good
Hurts,
statistical
and
season.
then and Darnold. You can't leave off. I said Hurts. Excuse me on that.
No.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Good call. I just don't feel like you can take off Sam Darnold. You're definitely not touching Goff up there. Jaden, I think it's a little bit of the combination of where you're playing at. Nobody expected Washington to look good. Then it's like
you were the number 2 pick. That means the Commanders were the second worst team last year.
Yeah, and then of all the quarterbacks, you had buzz, but you weren't Caleb Williams buzz. Like I think if Caleb was doing this, I don't think it's as like woo. But because it's Jaden, it was like, oh, you were really doing this while in Washington.
Oh, he's got Terry McLaurin too.
Yeah, like he's balling, and
he's making Zach Ertz relevant again.
You catch what I'm saying? And it's not like that they're winning in spite of. It's like no, he's the catalyst. He's the guy. So as much as I like Baker, I'm a Baker fan. Like I think he could be an alternate, but
yeah, I'm with you. Because Jaden Daniels,
I still put Hurts in over Baker right now.
Jaden Daniels with the Commanders, they've locked up their playoff spot early here.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it wasn't for the Eagles,
they would have had the
NFC
division.
East, yeah. Like the fact too that Baker and Tampa has been like teetering over these last couple weeks about in the playoffs, control their own destiny. 8-7 in this weak NFC South.
Yeah.
Now the Falcons lose. Now they control it again. He's had some bad moments too. Like he's had some like bad picks. Like the stats are gaudy where he's throwing for like pretty much 303 touchdowns every game. But there's some other games where you throw 3 picks in there too.
Yeah, because it's Baker. That's the Baker experience.
He's been playing good though. I mean, Tampa got a good deal with
Baker's
having him
like
there.
a more buttoned up Jameis. Like
Absolutely.
Jameis just more buttoned up. He ain't gonna throw you completely out of the game.
Yeah, I'm good with so I think we're both in agreement then. I'm good with those NFC quarterbacks too.
Honestly, like I said, man, when I looked at it as a whole, there were only a couple of names that like kind of shocked me. I was like, whoa, Mahomes not being up there was the big one. Jalen Hurts, I was a little bit surprised by that. But when you see the quarterbacks, like I get it. And then selfishly, I thought that James Cook, from a running back standpoint, should have been that guy. AFC wise, man, dude's got 15 rushing touchdowns this season.
Who you taking out?
Well, let me get to the thing, because obviously you got Derrick Henry, you're not touching him, but I forgot who the other dude was real quick.
Joe Mixon.
No, did Mixon? I don't think it was Mixon. Was it? Yeah,
I think he did.
It was Mixon. But I'm Jonathan Taylor. That's the guy I look at personally.
You might be right in taking off Mixon though too, because he missed a couple games.
Yeah, but to me,
his per game averages
are pretty
Jonathan
legit.
Taylor.
It was the Jonathan Taylor one, because I remember Mixon being down there doing what he's doing in Houston. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's the Colts vibe. I don't really respect it. It's cool, but I'm
probably right on that.
Yeah. So that was my thing. I just thought that when I think of like the two dudes that have really stood out skill position wise in that Bills team, that once again, when you're talking about the overall team success, we look at Baltimore, you got like 9 dudes up here from your squad. Y'all ain't even the top team in your conference. You know what I mean? Like, but either way, it is what it is. But that was one of the parts where I look at James Cook and I'm like, I think that he very much should be up there, but he's probably one of them alternates anyways, man.
Who are the receivers again?
For the receivers, man, Jamar Chase, Jerry Jeudy, Nico Collins, and then Zay Flowers. I'm like, how you take off?
Pickens really could have made it. I mean, if Zay Flowers and Nico Collins are making it.
I wonder,
with Nico being hurt.
But Nico started out the season crazy.
No, I know. It's just Pickens was on pace to make it before he got hurt. He definitely, if he would have finished the season wrong, he would have been
sitting at 900 yards right now.
Yeah, he's
big game. He'll get 1,000.
Doesn't have enough touchdowns either.
Yeah. Let me see what. So Zay is already at 1,000, but he only has 4 touchdowns. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean. If Pickens wouldn't have got hurt, I think he would have made it.
And then let me see for Nico. Once he got back, what did he end up doing?
He's probably definitely over 1,000.
Because like I said, the way he started out this season was crazy.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt. Was that Bills game?
Yep.
All right. He's at 968, 6 touchdowns, but he only played 11 games.
Right.
So, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. But
I'll take the guys.
I wonder how much of an alternate, though, or how far down GP is, though, if those are the numbers we're saying got you into the Pro Bowl. Like,
did they announce the alternates? I didn't see that.
I didn't catch the alternates yet. I haven't seen them. They might have. I haven't seen them, though. Yeah, because like I said, GP is sitting at 900 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. That means Zay is like, what, 50?
Pickens per game averages are better than Zay.
Yeah, but 100 yards more and 1 touchdown more. That's about it, man.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, let me double check the tight end too, and after that we'll get to the next thing, because I was just looking at Muth still having that 5-6 day, but he has the 6 touchdowns.
Okay.
Never mind. You know who the 2 tight ends are.
Well, one's Kelsey.
And the other's Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
Mark Andrews would have had a better case over Muth, too.
Yeah.
I don't know what other guys in the AFC like that.
I say because up in Buffalo, they were both banged up back and forth. I'm trying to think. Is there any other AFC guys?
Tight ends? I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah, because I think everybody else is Detroit. Or you got Detroit, you got Commanders. Yeah, everything is other side. All right. Respect that, man.
I'll take the guys that got in.
Yeah.
For us, that's fine.
We got some good guys in that thing, man. Either way,
Kuntz got snubbed. Man. For sure.
Shout out to Christian Kuntz, man. Kuntz, we voting for you next year, all right?
He got snubbed, and I would have liked to seen Jackson and Frazier in, but I get why they didn't.
Deke, it ain't.
I don't have this strong case about.
Deke, it's not gonna matter. You know why?
Because
we're gonna be too busy anyways.
Hopefully,
bro. We're gonna be too busy anyways.
Who's we? That's my thing.
Gosh.
I just don't know.
Deke, I haven't even worn no Bills gear in the house, man.
You got that blue hoodie though.
This is Drake. This is just Drake hoodie, man.
Okay.
This all this is, man. This is Drake hoodie. It's a Pittsburgh, Moats golf outing hat. You know what I mean? I'm keeping
at least you're not keeping golf black outings up in Buffalo.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Don't do me like stall me out, Deke. Stall me out, man. Dang. I didn't want to break that juju out here just yet. I was like, I figure when we get some lives going again, man, then I get a chance to defend my other colors on. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Right now, it's just like I don't like how that look. I can't defend my honor.
Okay.
Yeah, people might run with a narrative. I won't need that. So yeah. But shout outs, like I said, to the Pro Bowlers, man. So hit that like button one time for the culture, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel, man. We'll start it off, man. Reacting, we had a couple of team awards get divvied out this week, man. So obviously, man, get some reactions to that. First one, the big one, the team MVP, TJ Watt.
Goes back to the conversation we were just having. Honestly, whenever you asked who you think was more impactful on defense, who's having the better season on defense between TJ and Cam Hayward, that's the only other guy I could think of being deserving of it, right?
That's literally it for me, man.
So I'm good with TJ winning it because, it is still TJ Watt, no matter how we feel about this season compared to some of his seasons in the past.
TJ's still having a heck of a year, bro.
There's
this is a career
an easy
year
case
for a lot of people, bro.
He's still the best defender on our team and still had the best season.
This is
the
only
other guy in the conversation
for a lot of people, bro. Yeah. Shout out to TJ
But
Watt,
I think going back to what we were saying, I think part of the reason you are talking about Cam is because of the expectations. TJ Watt, we're expecting 19, 20 sacks a year. Cam Hayward, we were talking about maybe letting him go this offseason if he wanted too much money. And he's 35 years old. Mm-hmm. So, his 8.5 sacks and just how he's been playing hits a little bit different, makes you feel a little bit better as opposed to TJ, even though he's still, by all accounts, the best, maybe the best defender in the league still.
Seriously, man.
Might be winning the decoy. The Steeler fans, the season was still a little disappointing.
Yep.
And he won, winning the team MVP. That
absolutely
goes to show, still where he's at. But
it is funny how that all those things are happening at the same time, though. And all of them are legitimate. The feeling that fans have about TJ is still legitimate because of the expectation that he has set and has lived up to for so long, man. But at the same time, it's kind of like the Minka effect. It's like, what do you mean you're having a great year, but this isn't insane to look at? And when we look at this compared to other people, it's not like, you say he's good. Look, this is kind of like one of the first years for TJ where he hasn't been hurt, and that has been the case, statistically. Outside of his rookie year, every other year it's been this dude is such ahead of the game.
Yeah, Kenny's rookie year, he was hurt for the first half of the season. Mm-hmm. He only had 5, 6. Somehow still made the Pro Bowl, still got accolades, but whatever, we'll take it.
But after that, it's you see, man,
every other year he's healthy,
19. It's this dude is on another tier. You got him, and then it's everybody else.
Legitimately, he should have at least 3 decoys. Yeah,
legitimately, he's in that class. Yeah,
can make an argument for 4 from the Stephon Gilmore year.
Yeah,
that. Yeah, that's how insane he's been. Yeah, legitimately,
absolutely.
So for him to have a season like this, you're just all right, you're still team MVP, I guess, but.
He said, I guess you get the MVP, man. Which because when I thought about it, I said, if it's not TJ, I considered Cam Hayward, but I was like, man, if I'm just picking which dude who's louder, which one, you know what I mean? It's it's got to be TJ, right? That's the guy that if I'm an offensive coordinator, the first guy I'm worried about if I'm playing the Steelers on defense is TJ Watt. And I said, if that's who it is, then how can I say it's anybody else?
The definition of MVP,
of
most valuable player.
Yeah, like I know
Who
I said it earlier. I was
getting
like,
hurt more going into a game.
Yeah,
it'd be
TJ.
TJ, absolutely.
It's like as much as I love what Cam is doing, as much as I want to like push that further, it's just like, if I got a plan, I'll live with Cam's production. I can't let this guy, because he can really wreck the whole day and it's a wrap. Yeah.
Who do you think should get it on offense if you just made it like a offense, defense, MVP?
Yeah,
if you split
because I was about to ask you that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Honestly, man, right now I'm stuck. I would say Russ because that's the quarterback, but at the same time, I understand the last 3 games hasn't been the best. I look at Frazier, I'm like, you probably been my most consistent player, but you play center. So
he was banged up a couple games.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like, GP.
Najee's cooled off.
Yeah,
GP's been hurt.
Up and down, Muth. Yeah. So that's why I was like, I'd probably default to Russ because I just felt like when he came in, and at the time that decision was made, how controversial within Steeler Nation it was, because there were still a lot of people on the Justin Fields. We want to just keep with him. Like, let's just keep this thing rolling. And for him to do what he did, and then
he's playing like a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, like
these last 3 games haven't been that.
Yeah.
He hasn't been awful either.
No, and that's the other part. It's just he hasn't been as loud as he was at the beginning.
Turnovers, really bad turnovers, bad spots.
But it was like, you think about how loud that was when it started. I was like,
he's playing awesome.
But that's the part we got to figure out. Was the 3 games in 11 days just that, or is that what they became? And we're gonna find out hopefully on Saturday and then postseason. Yeah. I'm hoping it was just 3 games, 11 days. It kind of got rocky.
Yeah.
This your hard reset. Now let's get back to regularly scheduled programming and show that with proper time, proper rest, proper preparation, this team can go out there and beat anybody, because I think they can. And they've kind of already proven that within this league anyways. I mean, we go crazy about them losing to the Ravens like they didn't already beat Baltimore this season. Some people are going to be weird if we got to play the Chargers as if we didn't already beat the Chargers this season. It's like, the teams that we're supposed to be spooked by, scared of, they're too good. It's like, we've already kind of matched up with some of them, and we know we still match up well with some of the other ones as well.
And that Eagles game, too. I'll repeat it. We were down 1 score second half.
Yeah.
Driving in the Eagles zone. We called a toss play, and things happen.
Never got the ball back either. Think about that, bro.
Toss is caught. Where are we at? We sitting at 20-20 there, second half? Maybe a little bit different story at the end of that game.
Absolutely.
I like that Bill Cowher quote. I said it yesterday on the Bleacher Report stream at the end of it as I was previewing Steelers-Bengals, because I was talking about, like, oh, man, we're just in a bad spot right now. Like, this defense, we just got to hope and pray, really. I mean, maybe get a turnover, too, because that was a big factor in the first game against the Bengals. And on offense, we got to get right. But, like, that's kind of where we're at right now. We just got to throw hope up into the in the air and just pray to the football gods that because I don't know, we know Burrow and Bengals offense is good. We know kind of like where they're at right now. We just let's hope we get back to our old ways. Offense, we're not turning the ball over, any of that. But so at the end of it though, because I maybe came off as too doom and gloom, because I still think, you're in the playoffs, you got a chance. If you're in the dance, you got a chance. I still believe that wholeheartedly.
We got
a regular season game in front of us still. A lot can happen in the NFL. A lot can flip on a dime. So what I said at the end of it was like, the Bill Cowher quote, I think it rings really true. You're not as bad as they say you are. You're not as good as you think you are, though.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's probably the epitome of the Steelers team over the last 6-7 weeks.
Hey, what your
because
man
before this 3-game skid, everyone was talking about us like we were the number 1 seed in the AFC. We were the top team to beat KFC, go to the Super Bowl, all that stuff. It's like, I mean, we are in that mix, but you start believing that a little bit too much. You start thinking,
then you read your press clippings, man. They'll be reading your press clippings over there.
The details start to get a little bit more loose. And then this 3-game skid, it's like, are we really that? Because we did get to see a lot of good stuff before this 3-game skid. Yeah. So I don't think we're completely that either. Now we got this game, Week 18, to get things right. And
a legit
see who we are. Yeah. See which side we're more leaning. Are we more the contender side and what people were saying about us in the media about a month ago? Or are we more of this recent 3-game skid?
But this is a great test, man. Yeah. Cincy is still right on the fringe of the playoffs. They got to win, and they need help. I think they got to beat us, and then the Broncos have to lose for them to get in.
They need and then
somebody else has to lose
Dolphins.
too, right? Yeah, that's what I say. Well, somebody else has to take an L.
Who they playing? Is it the Jets?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, if we just win, they're out.
Yeah, as simple as that. Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's this like side agenda that I wouldn't mind like sending the Bengals in the playoffs on this mercenary mission and like taking out the Chiefs in round 2 for it, because I just feel like we match up better against the Bengals, or like I think we could play better against the Bengals in the playoffs, and that would be a home game in the AFC Championship. You
want to see it in the playoffs?
I wouldn't mind them like taking out the Chiefs, taking out the Bills, taking out some of these teams on the other side of the bracket.
Dangerous.
And then we'll meet the Bengals in the AFC Championship.
I think they are very dangerous. I hope that Pittsburgh goes ahead and put that nail in the coffin, or Miami wins. Sorry,
but that would involve us losing to the Bengals, and I would not accept that. I would not be happy with that at all.
You imagine us going on a 4-game skid,
like
and the last one was the Bengals?
No.
Oh my God! You talking about, hey, you ready for the playoffs? No, we are not. No.
I'm just thinking of a team that could take the Chiefs out before like we got to play them or see them.
Okay.
It would be the Bengals.
You think? I think it's multiple teams that can get them, man. I think Baltimore looks interesting versus them. I think Buffalo, they have already beaten them earlier this season. I think both of those.
But Bengals would see him
have to go
round 2 because they would win as
round 2.
Yeah,
Ravens could potentially see him in round 2 if we win the division.
Okay.
They could go see him in round 2.
Ravens ain't losing this game though. It'd be the Chargers. It'd be the Chargers then, though. Maybe it'd be the Chargers.
Yeah. And that's familiar foes division.
Chargers on the road.
Third time playing your same opponent. That's always tough, man.
Because if we win this Texans game, it might be us.
Yeah.
5th seed. Because if everything else is chalk.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Get it over with.
But once you already have a playoff win, I think we're looking at that matchup way differently. We're looking at it from 3 games lost in 11 days. And we're like, if this would have been before them 11 days, I don't think we have. I think we're looking at it way differently,
I'm
man.
with you. Yeah.
But shout out to TJ getting the MVP.
I think you're right on offense though with Russ. I think just by default maybe the easiest answer would just say quarterback, because if you put as a whole fields of stats those first 6 games with Russ, like
absolutely,
we got a quarterback with like 25, 26 total touchdowns and like 5 or 6 picks.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Which is, like you said, good quarterback play between the two. Whether you combine them, solo on them, like they both did what they needed, and that's partly why we did what we've done also season-wise. Having a playoff spot already locked up, 10-plus wins, and we still are in contention to win the division. Like, can't do that without the quarterbacks doing what they need to do, man. So shout out to them dudes, man. Another award, though, man. My man Zach Frazier got the Joe Green Rookie of the Year award, man. Top rookie performer. Just wanted to know how you felt about that. Obviously, we know we had a couple of other rookies that, had significant roles this season, man. Beanie Bishop, Peyton Wilson as well, Mason McCormick. All those guys also had, prominent roles as rookies. But Zach Frazier getting it, man. What was your thoughts with that one?
Yeah, no one else deserves it. It's rightfully in Zach Frazier's hands.
Yeah.
Our first-round pick, Fautanu, he's been out this whole season. Some of those other guys, they've been good, but there's been some negatives with them being out there too, like Beanie Bishop with the 3 picks, but we've also seen him getting picked on at times. And then with Cam Sutton coming back, his playing time's taking a hit. And with Peyton Wilson, not as many negatives with him, but he's just not out on the field at as high of a clip as Zach Frazier, being literally our starting center and being that anchor in this with this interior offensive line. Yeah, I can't really see anyone else getting it. So good for him.
Nah, respect on that, man. I was going through a similar thought process. I was like, with Peyton Wilson, he's not full-time, he's part-time. So I can't put the part-time player above the full-time player if I think both of them are playing well.
And Frazier's been playing
what I mean?
Awesome.
Like, it's not like Frazier looking bad. It's like both look really good. It's just this dude is every single snap. The other guy, so Beanie Bishop, I was with you, and I was like, he has the turnovers. Those are loud plays, but as a whole full body of work, I think it's been a little bit too up and down and diminished role with Sutton. Mason McCormick was the one that I was considering because he's been out there full time, just as prominent of a role. The difference was I was like, Frazier got the nod week 1 because the injury happened before the season, and he had to go into Atlanta, and it was like, it's a Grady Jarrett down there, like week 1. Like, what is this rookie gonna look like? What is he gonna do? And he hasn't just looked like good. Like, this dude has been dominant at times. Like, we've talked about him as one of the top centers, and if it wasn't for Tyler Lindenbaum, who we talked about when he came out as a top center, or Creed Humphrey, a guy that is still people within Steelers Nation are like, yo, what if we would have got that one instead? Like, I remember when that was a whole convo. It was rather have Creed versus Move. Remember, that was the talk.
I would have drafted him over Najee and then picked up Muth in the second.
Fair. But that was the talk. So to see both of those guys,
Ben might still be playing.
He low key might have been. He low key might have been, man. But with those two dudes getting the recognition ahead of Frazier, I'm like, yeah. If those only two guys that are definitively they're saying is here, I'm cool with that. So it has to be Frazier for me right now, man. So shout out to young Zach Frazier, though, man. I like that.
And it's the Steelers. We know center.
It's
one of those high-profile positions for us.
Positions, man. The who's who. If you play center here, bro, you a guy.
And it's been something that's been missing for a minute ever since Pouncey retired.
Yeah. We've had multiple body
last year, it wasn't really hitting right.
Don't do my dog like that.
I'm sorry.
Don't do my dog like that, man.
It's been like 5 or 6 years where we've been missing like a staple center. Now, Mason Cole had 1 year in there. I thought
that was his first year.
Got the ship right.
Yeah, and then the second year was when it kind of took the step back, and then that was when we made the shift.
But now we got our guy. There's like no question, no doubt about it. And he might be, because the conversation was between him, Jackson Powers-Johnson, and Graham Barton.
Yeah.
I mean, as we're sitting here
today,
after this season, he might be the best of the three.
Yeah, so far so good.
I know Jackson Powers-Johnson. He's been playing for the Raiders. I think he's been pretty decent, right?
Yeah, but he's been playing guard.
I don't know what Barton's doing. I don't know what position he's playing either.
Yeah,
but we got the right guy.
So I like it, man. But shout out to Frazier, though, man. Yeah. Dude's balling, dude's looking good, and it definitely. I feel like as a whole, we can even feel the uptick in the O-line. Especially in the middle of that O-line, we're like, yo, we know that you've been doing good. You've been looking good. We don't feel
those
like
ends that are struggling at times.
That's why we still trying to figure that part out. I don't know if we haven't figured out just yet.
Yeah, it's tough.
We've invested in it. We're trying though, and that's a good thing. We're trying.
It's tough, man.
Yeah. But I like it though, man. And then of course, man, shout out to the homie Alex Highsmith, man, friend of the show. Absolute good dude, man. Got that Chief Award, man. I always
friendly
like to
the
see
media,
that, man. Heck yeah, man. He talks to the people, man.
Didn't you win one or two of those?
I won one in my day. Got one of those in my day, man. Heck yeah, man. Be nice to me. I think Cam got a couple of them in there, man. Yeah. Talk to the people, man. Give us some good storylines out there, man. So we do like that.
Any other names that have won? Are there any surprises in there?
Low key, I actually should check that, man. Let me pull up the history of the Chief Award real quick, man. Let me see.
Claypool or Juju?
Oh, you funny.
D. Bush. There's no chance.
You being messy. I love it. All right, hold on. Let me see.
I'm going to take a guess at some. Oh, you already said Cam. Who else? If you want it, I could see like a Joe Hayden maybe getting in there. Ryan Clark back in the day, I'm sure. Potentially. With him doing media now.
All right. Let's see what we can
Do we have a list for this?
I'm trying to pull it up. Yeah, I don't know if we have like a full shout out to Steelers Depot. All right. Steelers Depot. All right. Shout out to them.
I feel like Big Ben's been savvy at the
So you
mic
ready?
too.
He's up here.
Like he's been nice to me.
So here we go. A list of the past award Chief Award winners. So in 2023, it was Patrick Peterson. Shout out to Pat P.
Really?
Yeah, he got it in 2023. He got a podcast. You know, man, talking to media, man. He always talking, man. Shout out to Pat P, man.
I see it.
In 2022, it was Mason Cole. Dude, you just bringing up, man, from a center standpoint. That was his first year here, too. I want to say that was the good year. Yeah. Cam Hayward was in 2021. Your boy Big Ben in 2020. 2019, Killer Cam. 2018.
He had that new perspective coming off of the elbow injury in 2019.
He was a lot more open to the media talking. Yeah. 18, you had Joe Hayden. 17.
Oh, I got one right.
You did. Heck yeah. Okay. 17, David DeCastro. 16 was me.
What?
Yeah, David.
what's he even saying to the media?
I was like, yo, Double D, shout out, bro. But he was talking. Yeah, he was talking that shit, man. But that was the big year, man. It was a lot of attention on the offensive line, man, and just the Steelers as a whole, man. In 17, so you had to talk a little bit, man. But everything worked out, man. Shout out to the homies. Everything worked out. So I got it in 16. In 15, shout out to Ramon Foster, friend of the show. Yeah, Ramon got it in 15. Killer Cam was back on it in 14. Cam got this thing 3 times, bro. He talks to me a lot, man. He talks to me. Shout out to my dog, man. All right. 13 was Ike Taylor. 2012, Casey Hampton. 11 was James Ferrier. 2010, your boy Big Ben had another appearance, getting the award, 2-timing it.
Nice.
James Ferrier, 09. Ryan Clark in 08. You call that? All right. Then you got an Alan Faneca up here a couple of times. Bussy or Jerome Bettis, Kiesel.
Yeah, for sure.
Kiesel and Deshae Towson were Chief Award winners in 06. Mike Logan got one. Hines Ward got one of them things. Okay.
Yeah.
Deshae has been Chief Award twice. In 2000, he split it with Jerome Bettis.
He didn't do enough.
And then in 06, he split it with Kiesel.
Couldn't lock it up on
his own. Deshae, you got to lock that thing in, man. All right. And then Lee Flowers is up here 2 times. Yo, yeah. All right.
Nice.
I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah, Highsmith. Not a surprise name at all.
Yeah, shout out. And if we go in historic, when the award started in 88, the first year that they gave it, because obviously Dan Rooney was the guy that first got it, but Dwayne Woodruff, shout out to the judge. You know, we got big fan of him. And then Merle Hodge. So from a historical standpoint, it's still kind of holding true, man, with some of these media big heads, man.
I don't see Pickens ever winning this award.
Yeah.
I could see a JPJ winning. I could see a Peyton Wilson winning down the line.
Yep, we're on the same page with both of them. Yep. Can you see Najee getting it again? Maybe.
No.
He didn't.
Absolutely.
He didn't turn villain arc on him.
Rookie year was his chance to win. Anyone else? Maybe a Roman Wilson.
I could see Zach Frazier in a couple years.
Yeah.
Either him or Troy Fautanu, one of them dudes. Yeah, I can see that. Shout out to the guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to the guys, man.
We're talking about these award winners.
Yeah, I like it, man. See, I hit that like button one time for the culture. Don't forget to subscribe, either if you are new to the channel. We did get some players returning to practice this week, man. Some good names too, bro. Some really good names.
Notable names.
Heck yeah, man. We're excited about this one right here, especially with not just the game coming up on Saturday, but we also got playoffs around the corner as well. So maybe, hopefully, we will see if any of these guys come back to us. But earlier this week, we officially opened up the practice window for Roman Wilson. Shout out to Roman Wilson. We also opened it up for Cole Holcomb, 5'5" in the building. Logan Lee as well. And, oh my goodness, who am I forgetting on the left?
There's another guy.
No, that might be it. Yeah, that was it. That was it. 3. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, man. So, obviously, in terms of their participation in practice, I want to say the only one that's been a full participant, at least earlier on, was Roman Wilson.
Both days.
Tuesday
and Wednesday.
Correct. Yep. The other 2 guys have been in the limited capacity, but starting with Roman, man, does he make it?
No. Absolutely not. I want him to. Like, why not? Why not give him a chance out there? I think he could do some better things than a Van Jefferson. But it's not happening because, one, he's been hurt for almost all this season.
Yeah.
And when he was healthy, that window where he was healthy in the middle of the season, around like week 5, week 6, he was fully participating in practice. We didn't dress him. And then the game we did dress him, would he get like 2 snaps, 5 snaps or something? Didn't have any production. And then he gets hurt, and then he's on IR again. And when now he's coming back.
IR, we were all shocked, too. Like, it was that serious to be on IR?
Yeah, I don't even know what he did. And then now he's coming off of IR with 1 game left. Big-time football to be played here where, you know, you got to be buttoned up as much as possible. All the details, right? Have the best chemistry. You need to have that chemistry.
On all
you need to have that chemistry with the quarterback.
Yeah.
You guys got to be on the same page with these high-stakes games ahead of us.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. I don't see Tomlin or the coaching staff or Russ having trust in a Roman Wilson at this point. I'd like to see it. Yeah. So, like, with this 3-game skid, like, if we lose to the Bengals, if we go on this 4-game skid, maybe I am just throwing caution to the wind for these playoffs and just be like, we need to switch up somewhere or another. We need a different dynamic here. Yeah. Throw Roman Wilson out there for 10, 15 plays in the playoffs. See what happens. You could throw off the defense a little bit too, maybe. He could throw us off a little bit, but maybe it's actually a positive
Hey, it
for
might
us.
work for we might need to be thrown off a little bit, all right?
Exactly.
We've been too cool, man. Just flip it up a little bit. Yeah, man, I'm with you. As much as I want Roman Wilson to be the guy that plays, I'm kind of like past believing that I'm going to see that this year. I've kind of airmailed that to next season.
Yeah.
But it was encouraging that he was a full participant. If I remember correctly, it might have been a hammy. I could be off, though.
I don't even remember.
It's been so long, and I just remember like the first injury was the hammy, right? That was the first one coming out of training camp.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the big thing though that you brought up is not just his athleticism, right? Because he's very talented, and that's why we drafted him. And I think he's gonna have a chance to have a dope career here because of what he brings to the table. But it's more than just the talent part. When you're talking about putting him in the game, man, if you're in the slot and they're showing a blitz, did you get the check? Do you know the hot? Or are you going to still be running down the field 30 yards talking about I'm open?
He's had a lot of time to study.
You know what I mean? And we've also said and we've seen where it's a difference between classroom versus
me. I said that as a joke.
Yeah, but not for you, but for him. A lot of young dudes like they'll think like, yo, I know this. And it's like I got this. And you're like, no, you don't. Like the amount of repetition, seeing it, talking about it, walking through it, practicing it, just to get out there and play. And we still see dudes go out there and blow a coverage, right? We'll still see a dude go out there and drop a pass, run the wrong route. Is he on the red line or not, right? All these other things. It's like, this what these dudes are doing constantly. So when you take a guy that hasn't even been building up that muscle memory, hasn't been building up those reps, yeah, a lot of people, especially with a vet quarterback like Russ, I mean, we even saw it with 7. Man, I remember in practice with 7, it's like, yo, if that dude doesn't know what he's doing, yo, get off the field. Like, because you hurting us more than you're helping us right now. And with younger guys, they typically kind of got to go through that rocky phase. And usually it's like earlier in the season when the stakes aren't as high. It's just right now, we like, you know what a loss does in a week from now? You don't get a do-over in a week from now. A week from now, it's, yo, y'all suck. Y'all failed again. Y'all didn't get the championship. Like, who gets fired? So with that, man, it's like you got to really be like ultra critical about who even gets the opportunity to get a helmet, let alone who gets the opportunity to actually like see that football field, man. Because, yeah, nobody's going to care if he blows the assignment. Is Russ getting hit and it's a strip sack, or Russ thinking he's reading this right and he's throwing it, anticipating it's a pick, and it's like, oh, pick 6. We like, So that's like my only hesitancy. But
we ain't signing Russ, we're signing Fields.
Yeah, that's what it'll turn to. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly what it'll shift to. 1,000%, man. We would all be on board regardless of if we knew, yeah, that was on him. It doesn't matter. So think about, man, when the most recent, the pick that they brought up about GP not running the full clear out route, it's like, yeah, but everybody still got on.
That still. So I'm hearing from Ben, he was blaming a lot of it on Pickens. He said like 90%.
You got to clear it out.
Burleson said on the broadcast, he was the first to point it out. And then I think, oh, man, there was someone else. Someone else who was talking about it, too. I can't remember. Oh, T.O., yeah. T.O. put Pickens on blast, too, on Twitter.
Yeah, so you got to clear it out, run the route, not just when you're getting the ball.
Yeah, part of me is just like, though, still, Russ, the ball's in your hands. Like, you do kind of got to be able to, like, read that and make that decision still.
The only reason I say yes and no is this. We're speaking out both sides of our mouth when we say anticipate and throw it open before you see it, because you're banking on everybody being where they're supposed to be. That's how I can anticipate you. If you're not going to be where you're supposed to be, so now I actually got to read, did you run the clear out? Did you hold that safety? Now I got to come back to, did Moof beat the middle of the field? Is it open? We've lost that window. So just like the timing of it, it's that, yo, I
get it. You're throwing in between seams and zones and stuff. You got
and it's happening so fast. It's like,
I get it.
Yo, I got to just know that you're going to run your clear out, and that safety has to react. Like, has to. You know what I mean? Now, we could obviously get on it and say, hey, man, well, should you still have thought about it, right? And I think that's a different convo, but I think now we're coaching and talking about a lot other things versus the simple of, how did this happen? The simple cause was, you don't run the clear out. That safety
quarterback sucks.
Isn't all the way over, and now we got to issue a QB versus if you just run your route the right way it's supposed to, regardless if you get the ball or not, just run your clear out. Now it's a touchdown. The game feels different. The way that we're looking at the quarterback feels different, and everything that kind of has transpired since then, we're kind of looking at.
What happened on the play before that? Who got the holding? Maybe if the holding doesn't happen,
that's also a good call. Self-inflicted, right? But that's part of the Tomlin approach, man, offensively and defensively. It's like usually we're not the ones having that holding penalty. The track record is proven. It's like usually it's the other team that makes the self-inflicted, and now we're like, oh, how did they?
At least
they work like that.
That's what it was when we were 10-3. Right. These last 3 games,
we've been the ones making
the penalties. We're
turnovers.
We're turning the ball over, then we're not getting the turnovers either.
Yeah, because that's been our recipe for success. Not highly penalized, and we dominate the turnover ratio.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, with the Pickens route. My question is, I was really curious about this when Burleson was calling it out like on the spot on the broadcast. How do you know for a fact he's supposed to be running a vertical there?
The reason why you could tell is just the route combination. So, like, it's kind of like when we talk about, like, defense, I always say, like, it's a puzzle. Like, regardless of college, high school, pros, I don't even have to be in the huddle. If you've done it enough, though, you just know enough piece. And it's like, okay, if you're a middle runner here, you're the deep third here, that means you got to be seam flat. And if you're not seam flat, then it's vertical hook. It's either 3 or 2, like however you're playing it based on those two guys. So for Nate, he thinks of it offensively. He's like, yo, spacing wise, if movers running the middle of the field part, what is somebody has to be responsible for the clear out of this other defender. Who is that guy? And that's why he's able to look. It took me to see Pickens running it out and never wheeling it back up to know, okay, that's on him. But I had to look at it defense first, then offense. I processed it as, yo, it's cover 2. Tampa 2, you got a middle runner. Who holds that backside safety? Nate saw it as, yo, that's a middle field play right here. Somebody spacing-wise has to pull this out. Otherwise, you're going to get what you get, which is that free safety just staring at the quarterback the whole time. So that's why he was able to see it as fast. But this dude been doing that thing for, You
think it was an option route for Pickens?
Personally, no.
Has he got to be reading the safety there? And
I don't think
it
was. I don't. But at the same time, I don't know.
Like, why would he do that then? You know what I mean? I think that's what I'm wondering.
People look at it like this, right? You'll question why did he do that in hopes that it was for a valid reason, whereas for players,
no, I'm not even looking for it. I'm just
no. So
what are you doing?
For the players, we simply look at it like this: you knew you weren't getting the ball, so you ran a half tail route.
Oh man!
Don't
tell me this is happening.
I know, but that's like,
don't tell me.
That's how we look at
no.
it. You know what I mean? But it's like
I thought we were over that.
People don't want to hear that. People don't like that. But that's why you see T.O., you see Nate, you see Ben, and they came out and was like right away, this isn't on Russ because what were fans saying? As soon as it happened, hey, that's on Russ. Russ, you suck. What was you looking at, Russ? And it's like, how can he anticipate if you're not going to do your job, regardless if you're getting the ball or not? And that's why we say it doesn't matter if you're getting the ball or not. You got to make every play 100% right. Otherwise, it affects more than just you.
Were we down 13-0 at that point?
I don't even remember. But it's like we bring it up in various situations about various times. And it's like, yo, how many times does it come back in a turnover? Or how many times did it actually affect you? This isn't the first time, but it's like this is probably the first time where it actually was this loud, where it was like, oh, yeah, we can actually point to it this season and say, yeah, that was on you for that right there. But it's just a part of it, man. Like, we don't like it. Yeah, and we're not saying that that's something that you are going to continue to see, but with younger players, you still run that, yo, he's a younger guy.
We've been seeing it with him too often.
So it's like that's the constant reminder. And I'm sure Coach Tomlin, when they went into that meeting room, he put it up on the big board, hey, you don't do that, this is what happens.
You know who the one guy to defend him was, though, in the media?
Yeah.
Tomlin.
It was just
Tomlin. Because even Russ said...
He has to, though, bro.
Even Russ said in the press conference, he was like, yeah, I was expecting Pickens to run a different route there. He wasn't throwing him under the bus or anything, but literally everybody but Tomlin said that's on Pickens.
Russ, as a teammate, did it the professional way. If I can protect you without putting it on me, I could just simply say, I thought he was going to do something different, or it was just miscommunication. We're on the same page. You and me know what that means behind closed doors, but publicly, I'm not embarrassing you. I'm not trying to, make you look bad. Coach T, you're the head of the ship, bro. Dude. If Coach T comes out and he's like...
He keeps defending Pickens, and Pickens keeps proving him wrong.
Yes and no, though. Yes, he's proving him wrong in the sense of you keep seeing stuff happen, but no in the sense that dude still is our leading receiver in the impact. So it's like... Pickens.
I get it. And especially at this point in the season, there's no reason to...
You see what I mean?
Make a media storm out of this right now with 2 games left.
It's like you I
get it.
You highlight
Tomlin's
it,
handling
you get
it right.
on him. Yeah, you highlight it, you get on him indoors. Indoors, he probably got on him for real in front of all the guys in the big room. Just being a part of the meetings, you see that and you're like, it gets really uncomfortable. But that's how you grow from that. Because if you don't address it there and you don't address it media-wise, now what's the message you send to those players? Now we're like, yo, is this acceptable? It's like you could just say what you want, do what you want. If you ain't getting the ball, yeah, man, you do what you want, man. So if the blitz isn't called for me, I ain't got to rush that hard. If I'm the clear out, so that way Beanie Bishop can run underneath on the blitz. Hey, I don't want to go up top. I want to go inside. If you TJ Watt, you get to go inside every time. Like, that's how you start to look at it. We don't always call it apples to apples like that, but that's what it is. Your clear out is you're the free rusher on the blitz. You run up here to clear it out for the guy coming behind you, man. Not everybody wants to be that, though. Some dudes want to be, if it's not me, if it's not designed for me, I don't want it. I don't think he's all the way like that. I just think that we're seeing little, just young guy stuff, man.
And those have been the concerns about Pickens up to this point, and Tomlin not addressing it in a more like serious fashion. Like what type of tone or what type of message does it send to the rest of the players in the locker room? Mm-hmm. But I think Pickens has been gradually getting better. I'm just a little disappointed that after hearing what you had to say here too, that man, like I thought we were over this. I thought we were over the route running stuff, as the effort,
and this
snap management.
And this is the part that I've learned.
He's been doing better on social media.
He has been.
His response to the TO stuff, he just posted an Instagram story. He said like, let's get back at it or something like that. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yeah, I was happy for him because you never know. Some dudes react like, was it C.J. Gardner-Johnson? Like, they gonna buck back and talk crazy to you media-wise. But it was like, for GP, man, that ain't your fight, bro. You want to look right, you want to move past it, go play well on Saturday, man. And I think he is starting to understand that. I just think the thing that I've learned more as like a retired guy, older guy, it's not always going to be perfect. And even when you show perfection, it's still not going to always be that every single week at that early stage. We want him to act like he's a 6, 7, 8 year vet. I just don't think that it's realistic at that stage. You know what I mean? And it's hard for us to kind of like think back to 23, 24 version of us and be like, oh, spotlight on you, man. Are you doing everything right every single time? And when you don't do it right, is it highlighted every single time? Because that's what GP is kind of going through. And it's unfortunate that, your lapse right here in focus turned into a turnover. But maybe that's one of the things that you needed as almost like a reinforcement. It was a negative reinforcement, but it still reminds you of, I got to do my job every time. Because even if I don't, I'm still going to have an impact on this team regardless if I want to or not. And hopefully for him, he learns it and he takes that part more serious. That's why Hines Ward was Hines Ward. That's why AB was AB. The talent is one thing, but to be able to be mentally locked in each and every day, each and every time, bro, that thing hard, man. It's late in the year. It's holidays. You got everything going on. You're like, bro, I got again? Like every single time? What if we lost? It doesn't matter. Every single time. You could do it perfect, and because I didn't do it well, you take the L. That don't mean you get to not show up and not still have to put that same stuff in, but that's why we say, like, the team, and especially in football, matters so much. We always say with 7, it's like, man, 7 could have had 20 championships, but if your team isn't always playing right, or if you don't have your best game, but the team isn't able to uplift, it's like, yo, now we screwed. And that's why we love football so much, because it's the ultimate team game, man. So for GP, I think that he's learned that, and hopefully we don't have this again, but he's young still, man. And that's what you're going to hear me say. Like, he's still young right now. Now, after next year, he ain't young no more. But he's still young right now. Right. I'm going to say, he ain't young. You get that 4th year, I'm like, no.
No more excuses next year?
After 4th year, it's like, hey, bro, you ain't a kid no more, bro.
Yeah, I think it's just frustrating because we see the talent with Pickens, and then you see other guys with that talent and what they're doing with it, like a Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. They're able to like be putting it all together like that. But maybe you just got to look at it as just dudes as individuals, right? Like you said, it's not always going to be perfect. Like Pickens is his own guy, and sometimes you do got to accept that. Like they're developing or growing at their own pace. Not everyone is going to come into the league as Justin Jefferson or Marvin Harrison. Everyone's got different upbringings and how they were taught in college, that type of stuff.
And I low-key feel like Jamar Chase, I feel like his temperament is very similar to George Pickens' temperament. I just think for him, he got paired with his quarterback. He's had Joe Burrow since college. Yeah. So the familiarity, the ability for that guy to get in his ear, that guy to know that, hey, if you do certain things, how it impacts me, I just don't feel like GP has had that consistently. He got here and it was like, it was Kenny. Or was it Mitch? Then it's, all right, now we're going over here. You're going to get some fills. You're going to get some rest now. Hey, it might not be them next year. It might not be either one of them next year. So I just think for him, that's kind of what he's going through with Justin Jefferson. He came into Kirk Cousins.
Right. At least,
you know what I mean? Like,
I'm not a fan of Cousins, but
it was
a stable guy, stable veteran. Right.
And then from Kirk, now last year was kind of chaotic, but he also wasn't a rookie anymore either. He's kind of like established.
He's just that
like
good.
He was the guy, Man, that's why you can see him elevate even to Sam Darnold. But even Sam Darnold is still a guy that it's like, yo, you've been around. You still, like, it's certain professionalism that comes with it, and I think there's a little bit of a respect there. I just think for GP, man, his situation was just very different when he came into, where there's the Mitch part, switching to Kenny part. How talented do you think Kenny is? And then you get this offseason.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's been trending in the right direction.
And look, and this is
his best season in terms of like being a professional, being a Steeler, doing things the right way.
And this is all
There's
with
been some hiccups,
switch at coordinator and everything, man. Like
Right.
it's just a lot of moving pieces for him. And it's a tough market to play in. We know
For sure.
like you're going to be covered, you're going to be talked about across the board, man, if you play in Pittsburgh. I mean, shoot, that's why we do our shows, stuff that we do, man. But like the amount of media coverage on it. Yeah, heck yeah, man. Like, so that also adds to it. If he's in Jacksonville, I don't think it's nowhere near the level of like loudness as it pertains to like his character. But, you know, here we are.
Right.
Yep.
Good problem to have.
No, absolutely, man. Absolutely. All righty. And y'all don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. All righty. I think I got the next one loaded up. It's time to talk a little game preview, Deke. We on the back end of this thing, man. All right.
Yeah.
We got a big matchup this week, man. Cincinnati coming to the Berg. Let's start with the strengths.
Sure.
All right. How we feeling about them dudes, man?
Bengal strengths.
Yeah, let's start with them.
It's the same. Whatever it was a month ago, it's the same now. Burrow, Chase, Higgins, Chase Brown, low-key, pretty decent running back.
And he's listed as
high-octane
right now,
offense.
too, so we'll see with him, man, because I know it was like late in that Broncos game when he went down.
Yeah,
so.
they got a high-octane offense. And then on defense, they got a piece or two. Hendrickson, he's having a career year. We've mentioned him before. Outside of him, like Hubbard's hurt. He's out for the season because they sent him on that, what was it, that play at the goal line where he lined up as a receiver, lined up as a tight end, caught the touchdown, got knocked out. So, like, man, their defense it's just not good.
Why you say it like that? Got the touchdown, got knocked out.
Their defense just isn't good, flat out. You could run on them, you could pass on them. Yeah. Only problem I see us having is if we turn the ball over and do some stupid stuff. We shouldn't have any problems going up against their defense, but that's really their strength. I mean, Mike Hilton, we know him. He's got his little role with the blitzing and stuff. Some of these Bengals games that I've been seeing on TV, he makes a play or two, but we know he's limited in coverage.
Yeah.
Calvin Austin, wasn't it Calvin Austin that cooked him in the first game, got that touchdown?
Shoot. Bo Nix had the game time touchdown pass on him. Him and Geno Stone in the end zone. Yeah.
So we know what the Bengals are. I mean, I think Zach Taylor's a decent coach. I think he schemes up some good stuff on offense. I think that defensive coordinator might be the most overrated DC in the league, honestly.
Okay.
He gets talked about like he's like Dick LeBeau or something. Like he's got this like cachet, like this big cachet type of name. His Bengals defense is consistently awful.
Respect. I would just say they have been better defensively
over the last few weeks.
At least since our game. Yes, I'm going to say since our game. Yeah.
It's still like, bro, I mean, you shouldn't have a problem getting 100 yards on the ground, getting 300 on them in the passing game either. But unless we do stupid stuff, unless we play bad, Broderick Jones is giving up pressure, all that stuff. I mean, hey. Yeah. It's on us, though. I don't see many problems with that Bengals defense because we held Hendrickson in check. We had a pretty good game plan.
Definitely did.
Coming off of that Browns Thursday night game where it seemed like we didn't know what the hell we were doing against Myles Garrett. So that was good to see, and hopefully we replicate that in this game. But yeah, their strength. I don't know how to divvy it up, but Burrow, their offensive weapons, and Trey Hendrickson, we'll say, to keep it simple.
No, respect on that. Trust me, man. Can't go wrong with that big. I guess that's 4, right? Because Burrow, Higgins, Chase, Hendrickson. I'm going with them 4 as like their dudes, man. But as a whole, man, I think that the passing attack is prolific. We know that. That's what Joe Burrow is on, man. MVP pace in the sense of, he's 300 yards, I think, away from 500 passing yards on the season. 5,000 passing yards for the season.
Is he?
Already,
close?
He's like right there, bro. Got the 40 tutties as well. Yeah, dude. He's on one, man. And his volume. The running attack, y'all heard me when we said it last game. I'm going to say it again this game. That does not scare me, man. To me, that is because of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You watch how those dudes are playing. Yeah. I would come up here and say, oh, yeah, just play 2 high shell versus them and make them snap it a whole bunch of times. Yeah. The Chargers try to do that, too. It really ain't matter. Their receivers are routinely winning one-on-one and catching in double coverage. Like, that's where they are right now, and they got a quarterback that is like, yeah, he's on one. You talk about his accuracy, you talk about his anticipation. Like,
his movement in the pocket's very impressive. That's the part.
It's because he makes their O-line not look as bad as they should be. And their O-line is bad. Yeah. But because of his ability to just casually move here to the left, step up to the right, like he does all these little things in the pocket. And, yeah, that keeps that offense very explosive when you would think that they shouldn't be able to be as successful as they are from that side of the ball, man. But that's the big thing to me, man. I think defensively they're opportunistic. I don't think that they're
they'll feed off unit, momentum. Like if the offense is cooking, they can feed off some of that momentum. You're right.
Offense get hot, they'll start playing. Honestly, this Bengals team reminds me of, I want to say it would have been 14 or 15 Steelers here, where our offense could put up 30 plus at any one time, and it was like defensively we were streaky as heck. But hey, if you get right, Blake might catch a pick, man. Bryce McCain might get a scoop and score. Anything weird could happen. Like, all right.
I can't believe you're dropping these names right now.
They're my homies, man. Come on, man. So I would just think of like how
that was the state of the team right there.
And it was Ben don't break. We're going 20 to 20, man. Cook what you need, but we're going to find a way to get a turnover. We're going to get 1 or 2 timely stops, button up in the red zone. All right?
What was Colbert doing that offseason?
That would have been 14. So I had just got re-signed, so I couldn't even tell you. 7 got re-signed that offseason. I got re-signed that offseason. I was happy. And then we drafted Bud. Yeah, that's all I remember. I don't remember like the intent. I don't remember. I just remember had to get 7 back, and because I got my deal, I was happy, bro. I was like, hey, man, I think we're great. Yeah.
It's not like we were spending that crazy on offense either, right?
We weren't spending in free agency.
We had it on the line.
We didn't spend in free agency back then,
but then
bro.
It's not like we were spending a ton on a second receiver or anything either.
I think
Bell was probably still on his rookie deal.
Marcus Wheaton might have been getting
My God.
Hayward Bay. Yeah. That was the vibe, bro. We drafted Sammy Coates.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you got 7, you just feel good. It's like you got 7 over there, bro. Yeah, but that was this Bengals defense reminds me of that Steelers defense. Where it's like, yo, you got him, you can make some plays, you got name recognition, but nobody that you're just like, oh, what do we do with that? And I think that that's the part of why we feel so good coming into this matchup, especially offensively. We feel like, yo, we should be able to move the ball, scoring these guys because of what they've been showing defensively, man. It's like, but if you give them a chance to get high, if you give them a chance to get some confidence,
just flat out, if we play bad, then sure, anything can happen. Yeah. I mean, that's any given Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But Russ cooked him in that first matchup, and a lot of it in that first half was just him nickel and diming him with the running backs,
taking the
middle of the field,
right over the ball. Yep.
Yeah, and then we stretched it out a little bit more in the second half. Run game was fine. Run game was, I think, pretty consistent. We had over 100 on the ground. Najee had that 1 touchdown. Yeah. So just do that again. That's a pretty good game plan. Let's do something like that again.
And the final positive I would have for them before we move to the negative side is they are on a 4-game winning streak. Confidence. That's the flip side with us right now.
Nothing to lose, too.
Yeah, nothing to lose for them. But when you win 4 games in a row, defensively, they've kept every game under 30 points as well, which was like a way different cry compared to when we were playing them where everybody could score 30 plus on them. They haven't given up over 30 since we played them. Now, part of that has been because of the opportunistic stuff. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you get you a lucky fumble here or pick here off of a tip. Like, they get a lot of that
punt.
They get a lot of that type of stuff, going on with them. But, the 4-game winning streak, you just believe. And that's the one thing that I think that they do have right now. They just are believing that, man, we could beat anybody. So we'll see. But enough of the good stuff. Let's talk about some of that negatives with them, man.
Well, you mentioned their O-line. It's not good. Burrow it feels like he's constantly running for his life. Although he's not like running, he's just moving in the pocket really well. Yeah, it's Brady-esque. Yep. Even though Brady wasn't fast, Burrow isn't like blazing fast. Yeah. Burrow's more mobile.
Burrow's
than Brady,
definitely more.
Sure. Yeah. Burrow can get more rushing yards. Is more of a threat with his legs than Brady, but just moving in the pocket, having that sense, having that what it was 6th sense.
Yeah, it's
something that he has that you can't really explain, like that ed factor. But their O-line's bad. So, I mean, TJ should have opportunities. Highsmith should have opportunities. Herbig maybe he could have another opportunity like he did
seriously, man.
In that Cincy game, like how Tomlin called it out in Hard Knocks. Herbig, this is the one for you. Got the strip sack. I mean, that was huge. It was the fumble 6 with Peyton Wilson. So, yeah, we should be able to get pressure on Burrow and make the environment a little chaotic, which should get us opportunities for turnovers, and that's what we capitalized on in the first game, and something that we haven't been doing these last 3 games, which has been hurting our chances to win these games. Yeah. So Bengals O-line's bad. Kicker, tough spot.
They still banged up
tough
over
spot.
There, man.
Even if they had McPherson hasn't been the same since his rookie year. But that dude in the Broncos game missed the one at the end to close it out.
Bro, I was like, how you missed that layup? Like, it's still crazy that Cincy found a way to win that after that, because it was 2 minutes left in the game.
They got the 3 and out, and then they got the ball, and Burrow's like, I'm not giving this kicker an opportunity to watch it again.
Bump that. Bump that.
It was like a 30-yarder too, right?
Seriously, man.
My God. Did they cut him yet? So maybe they do have a better kicking situation coming in this week.
We'll see.
You had to, like, you can't have faith in him. It's almost like the Lions last year. They should have just cut the Lions kicker. If Dan Campbell didn't have faith in him making like a 40 or 50-yard field goal,
though, like,
just get rid of him.
It's so tough finding just like anybody that could do that consistently with that pressure on top of it. So you hope that, all right, I know you missed this one. I know it, but it's got to be different this week. Because
that was the guy the Browns drafted too.
Yeah, so like, yo, it's not a lot of like kickers that can do it and do it in these conditions too, where you're playing it. Like, it's a lot, man. Heck yeah. Boz just makes it look easy. That's why we love Boz. Yeah.
Thank God.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
And then I'd throw in their defense. I was talking about their defense a little bit with the strengths. Their defense as a whole just below average, I'd say. Subpar. But they'll feed off momentum. They'll get a splash player or two here, but there's no reason why we can't air it out against them and have a steady running game with Najee and Jaylen Warren against them either.
Yeah, for me, man, I'm like, pass protection, still bad as heck. I feel like we should dominate them both exterior and interior part of our rush. I think that their pass defense is very inconsistent. Like you said, they are streaky, but they give you a ton of just ways to beat them, whether you're talking about running it or specifically throwing the ball, attacking those guys. Their personnel, I don't think, is the best on the back end. Mike Hill is the guy that we like the most because he played here, but we know coverage, like,
they don't have Jesse Bates anymore.
You see what I mean? Like, this is not that group.
They don't have a Woozy. I thought Woozy was like a decent corner for them.
But they don't have that right now, man. No. So to me, I just think that that's one of the real like areas that you can attack them in their pass rush. I know Hendrickson has the 14. He's leading the league in sacks, man. Heck of a season for him. But the rest of the group is like, yo, you're blitz. And when you don't get home, y'all get gashed and get gashed in a bad way. And I don't think that they're going to be able to have that type of success with the blitz. Yeah. So I like it, man. I like it. But let's get to it, though, man. How you see this thing playing out, man?
It's going to be a little bit of a shootout.
Is Deke back in the building? You know, the people been wanting Deke in the building. They say, yo, you can get us off the losing skid. We've dropped 3 games in 11 days because you weren't there, Deke. Where you gonna be at, man? Can the people find? Where the people gonna find us at? Where they gonna find you at, Deke?
Bleach Report hit me up. I'm doing a post game for them.
Oh, so y'all heard it here first, ladies and gents. If it goes left and it's a 4-game losing streak, I want y'all to send all y'all hate, all y'all negative thoughts. Just find him. All right, just go find him. Yeah.
We'll have to travel on the road for that playoff game then.
Man,
to make up for it.
Oh, hey now.
Maybe I'll do that.
Got some cool locations potentially.
Houston,
locations. Yeah, man. Never wrong Houston, man.
Baltimore, I guess you could drive to that.
That's right up the road, man. We very familiar with that one.
That's if we lose. If we win, I mean, I got to go, right?
You would hope.
I got to go.
Don't let it be a playoff game that we're hosting. You would, like,
I've never been to a playoff game either.
You're right.
In my life.
You would need, that's mandatory, bro. We got to have that. Got to.
Because, like, I'm just trying to think.
Dang.
I didn't have money like that.
Respect.
During the like the Killer Bee
the good
era.
years, yeah. Respect.
Just watching on TV, and then like I don't know. As a kid growing up, like during that era, we just watched it on TV with the fam and stuff.
All right.
With friends.
Nah, man.
Like, that was
the homie got to pull up to the game,
I haven't
bro.
been to it. Yeah, I haven't been to
homie got to be at the
game.
game, bro. Hey, playoff game. My dog gonna be in the building, man. Oh yeah, you got to be in the building, bro. We got to stop playing like that, bro. You got to be in the building, man.
It's a home game, so Ravens got to lose though. That's not happening. I'm not getting my hopes up.
Come on, man.
Against the Browns. Who are they even starting?
Is it DTR this week?
I couldn't tell you.
I say go back to Jameis personally.
Yeah, go back to Jameis for week 18.
If you go back to Jameis, I low-key think you got a chance. I think it can happen.
How long's he been sitting? Has it just been only 1 week? 2 weeks? Perfect. I think that's
been 2 weeks, yeah.
That's the perfect amount of cool-off period from the picks and the turnovers.
I feel like it was 2 weeks. Or it was either he got pulled in the one and then he set the full the next one. So it was like game and a half. But I feel like it's been long enough. Like,
yeah, now you can get some of that mojo.
You got a hard reset on him.
Right.
Sometimes you got to take the game out, blow it a little bit, then put the game back in. That's all. It
worked with Flacco for a little bit with the Colts.
You see it, right? Sometimes you got to pull and put it back.
You get that like 3.5 quarter spark.
It low key worked with A. Rich. They benched A. Rich, put him back out there. He looked good for there. This could be the one.
Yeah, so with it being week 18, Browns just put in James.
Yeah. I think if James is out there, they got a legitimate chance. I think if it's DTR, I think they're getting washed, bro.
Right. I'm with you. Because if James is playing bad, you were getting washed anyway with DTR.
Exactly.
So just put James in there and hope
you
that
can
he
live
can do
with a James wash way more than a DTR wash. I feel like the DTR wash is hopeless.
For the last game of the season.
That's what I'm saying.
This isn't
for
like
the last one. Like,
this isn't like 3-4 games left.
Who
you
want
got
to
to
build a franchise with? Like, we're not doing that. No.
One game.
Hey, it's Cancun on 3 anyways. Do you want to, mess up Baltimore? This is your chance. Mess up Baltimore. You're not going to do it with DTR, though. You need to have Jameis.
All right, so I think it will be two good offenses duking it out a little bit. Steelers, 31.
Talk to me nice.
Oh, wait, do I even think we're putting up 31?
Don't you do that, Deke. It's the Bengals defense.
Yeah, 31.
It's the Bengals defense.
31. I think our run game's more predominant as opposed to the first Steelers.
Who's my
Bengals
lead
game.
back? Is it a Najee day or is it a Jalen Warren day? I need to know. Who's setting my tone?
I actually do think it's going to be Najee.
Ooh,
and I'm a Jalen Warren guy. I got to be honest with what I think.
Shout out to Jalen Warren though. He helped me get third place in my fantasy league.
Okay.
Yeah, it's officially done. I got third place.
Abanikanda, he wouldn't have got you third.
The team that really hurt me from winning it all back-to-back weeks.
Who?
Steelers defense. Killed me back-to-back.
You had Steelers defense.
I had the Steelers defense.
Man.
I've had them all season long.
You started Lamar against us though, right?
Back-to-back. Yeah, because I've done it before. I've done it both regular season games. Man, I'm tripping. I'll be doing it. And it was just like, that one didn't even kill me because Lamar's points were so high that it bounced out. It was the next week. It was the Chiefs game that did me in. We had 1 point, bro.
You were in the championship, or what were you in?
I was
conference finals.
Conference finals. Yeah, excuse me on that. So Ravens game, conference finals, because we didn't score a lot. That hurt me. No, that one kicked me out too. And then I said it backwards. I flip flopped him. Yeah, Lamar had me right. This past one, I won third place. I lost the regular semifinal matchup.
So you had the third place game.
So I had the third place game. Yeah.
So what? So you did start Lamar against us.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What else happened then? The Steelers defense killed you.
Yeah, the defense killed me, but it was James Cook did well and the receivers. That was the.
Did you go up?
I want to say it was the
dog then.
I've always had Justin Jefferson. I've always had it was Justin Jefferson, James Cook, and Jordan Addison. Those were my big three in terms of points in Lamar. So I've always scoring like crazy. Heck yeah.
You just went up against the dog or something.
Yeah, but the thing was,
who did they have?
Amon-Ra St. Brown was the 1-1. Let me pull, because I forgot. Let me see if I can still actually pull this one up, because it might still have the my third place matchup in here.
Damn.
But yeah, man, I got third place. I was like, you know what, man? I'll take that, bro. I'll take that.
Abanikanda didn't get any reps, man.
Good for him. You was going to set me up, man.
No, dude. Well,
yeah, you trying to set me up, man.
No.
Yeah.
The caveat was.
Ooh. Okay. All right, got you. You good.
I was going to say, the caveat with Abanikanda was if he was guaranteed starters reps, 15, 20 carries, whatever, I would have played him, but he didn't even play.
So fair enough.
So I wouldn't have played him with the uncertainty. Like,
fair enough then.
Oh wow, the other guy might be getting snaps. They're gonna start with the other. There's no way. But if they said Abanikanda is a starter, he's getting 20 carries. Yeah. Oh man, would have went for $120, 2 touchdowns.
Respect.
Guaranteed.
So
they're holding back. Sabotage Izzy.
My third. Shout out to Abanikanda. All right, maybe next year I might add him on the list.
I say we draft a guy.
All I know is for this year though.
We bring in Abanikanda as our third guy.
He won't go outperform Jalen Warren or James Cook. That's what I know.
Well, obviously not.
Yeah, them dudes. They. I actually got an A+ rating for my third place matchup. My scoring. You feel me? Lamar Cook though, that was my big guy. 34 points with him. He was going head to head with Josh Allen. All right, shout out to Josh Allen.
That had to hurt.
No, it was a beautiful day because the Bills won 40-14.
You're talking about this is your third place matchup?
Yeah, and Josh only had 22 points. It was perfect. It was like I got up out of there with a dub in terms of the head-to-head.
They finished that game pretty early.
But then for them, my wide receivers took off. Justin Jefferson gave me 17 points. Marvin Harrison Jr. gave me 15 points. And then Jordan Addison gave me 18 points. James Cook gave me 11 points. Mark Andrews gave me 15 points. Jalen Warren gave me 16 points. My kicker had a dude from the Dolphins. By that time, it was rough. But he gave me 9 points. So shout out to his he made his field goals. But the Steelers gave me 3 points, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, their defense definitely
three points this week. I had 3 points, 1 point, and it was like 6 points. Like, that was my my ending with them dudes, man.
Damn.
Yeah. But we can score. Shout out to the scoring, man. I like that. So let's get that pick in, man. So
I said 31.
31?
Yeah, 31. Okay. Bengals 28.
31-28. I like that.
Yeah, we're moving the ball on offense. I like I said, I do think the run game is a little bit more predominant.
Yeah.
I think it's just because of the elements. I think it is going to be cold. It's going to be windy down there. Elements aren't going to be that good. Yeah. So we'll rein back a little bit on the passing compared to the last time.
Okay.
And it's not going to be a problem for us because you can run on the Bengals defense. It's not like, oh, man, Bengals defense really shitty in the secondary, but because of the conditions, we got to rein back on the passing. We're not going to be able to run the ball as good. Yeah. It's like the Ravens defense, right? Mm-hmm. It's not like that. You could run or pass against them. So it's just like a pick your poison for us. And I feel like we'll be leaning more on Najee and Jalen. But I do think, to your question, I think Najee is the one leading it this week.
It's going to be cold out there.
It is.
It's going to be
with the temperature, this is a Najee type of game.
Out there.
And then on defense, we just got to hope and pray we hold them to 28 points. That's where I'm at with
Pass rush.
Yeah, maybe the elements affect their passing game a little bit. The wind takes one of Burrow's balls and sends it over like Beanie Bishop's way or something. He gets a fourth pick.
Maybe me could get another one or something like that, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Damn,
right, we get a pass rush. Hopefully we get a strip set. We need a couple fluky things to happen.
Man, some splash.
Yeah.
I like it then.
That's what it comes down to.
Okay. Respect on that then, man. All right. Couple matchups, man. Talk about. Then after that, man, we'll get this pick in real quick. All right.
Yeah.
For me, man, obviously we know they're wide receivers, man. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, they both playing out of control this year, specifically Jamar Chase. But I don't think I think it's JPJ. He said he is going to play. And then obviously with Dante Jackson,
he's been full practice.
Yeah, he's been full.
Yeah, Jackson's
that's
all of a sudden
the one.
Back on the report
so I'm
back.
like, I don't know, but we need them dudes healthy. We need them dudes out there because that's going to be a big time matching up with them dudes. Now, if it's James Pierre, it changes the dynamic of it. Obviously, because you don't want those guys having to be 1-on-1 too often, but at the same time, we know what you're dealing with those type of receivers,
Corey Trice
man.
out there. I'll take my chance.
Give me
with
somebody that can be physical with these dudes, somebody that can mess the timing up, but you're going to have to do certain things to mess with their rhythm because when they're free releasing off the line, they are very tough to deal with, man, and that's even with safety help off the top. But the times where you can see them being a little bit uncomfortable or Burrow has had to move off of that read, it's when they've been a little bit jammed up at the line of scrimmage. It doesn't happen often that you get hands that can really jam them, but you can do it. It's been on tape, even in that Chargers game. You can see it where Jamar Chase getting jammed up a little bit, T. Higgins get jammed up a little bit, and that's the thing that, to me, is going to be the big difference with pass rush. Pass rush got to do what it does, but that gives you that extra half second. Extra half second for that pass rush to do what it needs to do, man. So that's the first one. From there, they got the pass rusher, man, Trey Hendrickson, and he's going to want Dan Moore. All right, Dan Moore, you did your job last time, man. Let's go ahead and replicate that, man. But Trey is going to want to get his lick back, and that's the other part of it. We've seen how we react in the second matchups. We felt how we felt with Cleveland, for example. It was like, yo, man, y'all got us in that first one. Now it's time to get you back. So he's going to be extra amped up, but Dan Moore, do what you do, man. Do what you do. Keep that dude at bay, man, and we're nice. From there, man, TJ got to cook this matchup. We got Demarius Mims again. He's questionable coming into the matchup, so we'll see, man, in terms of full availability. I anticipate him playing, but TJ got to get loud again, man. And this is a perfect opportunity, and it's in prime time. TJ always is loud in prime time as well, man. So definitely going to need that. Then from there, man, that fourth matchup that I'm really eager about in terms of helping the pass rush out is Cam Hayward, man. Cam is going to get another opportunity to go at Cody Ford, their left guard. Cam did good in the first one. Cam going to do good in this one. Cam is on a tear. There isn't nothing Cody really can do about it. You just, try not to get in his way too much. But then the last one, and it's the same one that we won last time and that I need to hit again this time, that Calvin Austin, Mike Hilton matchup.
You already got a prop bet in.
Don't do me like that.
Anytime touchdown.
Don't do me like that, man.
Yards.
Listen. I love the anytime touchdown. I really want to look at what the yard numbers are. My internet a little janky right now. Otherwise, I'd be like, yo, Deke, man, let's get that thing going right now. You know what I mean? But, that's the one, though.
Use DraftKings if you do it.
Hey, always. Shout out to DraftKings, man. Promo code Moats. Y'all know the drill. But with Calvin Austin, man, that was the one that really broke the game open for us, right? His ability to that one-on-one We're going to get it down the middle of the field. The safety's going to be splitting. And can we connect on
You're saying the guy on the outside is running the vertical with Austin.
Don't do it like that.
Yeah. Is that what happened on that play?
Don't you throw it like that. On the touchdown pass, that is what happened. Actually, I cleared it out.
I love that play in Madden, man. Yeah. Against zone, you do got to have a bunch of verticals on the same side. Yeah,
if you clear it out, it holds the safety. You don't need them to be perfect, but you need that safety to just... Hey,
I'm a very anticipatory thrower in Madden.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
I love going against zone, actually. I carve it up.
It usually makes it a lot simpler. It's like, if everybody runs their route, because that's going to pull him there, and now I can hit you here. And even if it doesn't pull, he's not going to be as close either. He's not going to be cheating it like that. And that's the other part of it. But such is life, man. Such is life. But those are the ones to me, man, that I think really help us out, man. I think they're going to sway the overall outcome of this game, man. And if we do what we're supposed to in these matchups, man, we are going to be fine. We're going to take care of it because everything that you done broke down, I done broke down, man, we can get up after these dudes, man, especially our offense versus their defense. And I think that their offense versus our defense, the gap isn't as big as what it's going to look like when we got the ball versus their defense. And that showed in the first game.
Should be.
It should be. Should be. We'll see which one shows up, though.
Yeah.
But to me, man, I have us winning. I don't have us scoring over 30, though. I think that we get weird because it's cold out there, but I do like us, man, 27-24. I think we take care of business. I like Boz on the walk-off, man. Get us up out of there. You know I'm a dramatic guy, so I want open end zone 50+. Open end zone 50+.
Is that for the division?
Oh, of course.
Is it? Ravens lose.
In it. I wish. I don't think Ravens losing that personally. I need them to put Jameis. If I know they're going to play Jameis, I think it's legit.
Right.
If Jameis plays, I think they got a chance. If they play DTR, I think it's done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jameis, Judy go off. Just some weird stuff happens maybe.
Because the other weird game I think is going to be is Chiefs-Chargers. I think Wentz, Chiefs are a lot weird.
What's the impact on that? No, that's for us.
Yeah, that's for us. Yeah, but
if we lose.
Yeah. But I think that one is a little bit different too because I want to say with the Chargers, they still have to win for something. It's like they have to win, otherwise
maybe so they don't get the 7th seed.
Otherwise Bengals got action, Dolphins got action as well in it.
Chargers, I think Chargers are in though.
They're in, yeah.
They're definitely in. It's the seeding.
Their seeding moves. Mm-hmm. But that's why I'm like, hey, man,
because if they win and we lose, they get the 5 seed against Texans. But if we win, maybe the worst they could do. Maybe they could go down to 7 seed if they lose. I don't know. Maybe it's that type of range. They could go from 5 seed to 7 seed, depending on what other teams do and what they do in their win. So I think they are playing for something.
Yeah, they have something to play for.
Right.
Chiefs don't. That's why they're sitting Mahomes. But Carson Wentz has something to play for, and I think we respect Wentz a lot more than maybe DTR. Yeah,
I would. Yes.
Just with all due respect to DTR, I ain't got nothing against you.
Speaking of props and over-unders, JPJ. 3 penalties.
Don't you do that.
Over under.
Give me the over.
4.
I'll take the over.
He gets 4.
I'll take the over. In a good way. It's a good over. It's not a bad over. It's a good over.
Yeah. How many of them are good calls? How many of them are useful?
2 good. 1. Yeah. Give me 2 good.
Wait. So you said over though. So is it split? Is it 2 and 2?
All right. You know what? Yeah. Respect. Give me 2 good ones. 2 goddangs. Remember, he had the 2 goddangs on the same play last time. Dead.
When you say good ones, is that the refs?
Yeah, like it was ticky-tack. It's either ticky-tack or we're going to look at it and say, that could have went either way. Right. That could have went either way, but we respect your fight on it. It could have went either way, though.
Okay.
That's what I call like a good one. I think the other 2 is going to be like, all right, you put your hands to yourself, man.
They had him on Higgins almost all last game, and we were doubling Chase.
They match up perfectly together. Like 2 big physical like dudes, but the problem is the rules are more open to wide receiver being physical than defender being physical, and that's the give and take with it. But yeah, man, I think JPJ he ready for that. He locked in. I'm glad he's available. Heck yeah, man.
I'm glad he's able to get a game under his belt before the playoffs.
Seriously, man. That too. Needed. Definitely needed, man. But I like it there, man. I like it. All right, Deke, we sitting at about 10 minutes left, 4:35 as we currently stand. And yeah.
We need these picks. Where are we at on these picks?
So
we've been off a couple weeks. I know I was
you're
coming
up.
in pretty hot.
No, you're up right now.
Again,
you're definitely up.
Even after the Christmas break.
I don't think we've had picks since then.
No, you're right.
Like, I don't know how missed like a couple of
I don't know
games,
how we did
between,
the week before the break.
Let me see.
My guess is, from what I remember,
I feel like you're up.
Might have been
you're definitely up, bro.
I think you won some games against me that last weekend before the break. Right, would be my guess. We doing these picks?
See. I'm just trying to see what the number is. I know you got to be up though, right?
I think it was up like 6.
Because it would have been week 16 was the last time we did picks. Shout out to the homie Jaron, Pittsburgh Steelers for life. You know we appreciate you. You know we rocking with you. So he has, week 16 was our last one. Hold on, is this it? No.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, we could at least make the picks, right?
Yeah,
without knowing exactly where we are record-wise.
Yeah.
You know what? I lost your Wi-Fi.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. I felt like that was me, man.
It's either on you or I could look them up on.
Yeah,
on my phone.
I feel like hey man, I told you, ain't let it be popping in a little while, just not this week. All right,
it's your call.
Hey, jeez, that is crazy. That drink cut you off, man. Kicked you off, bro. It's probably because you closed it. That's what it was.
It might have been.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Can I, bro? Oh. I got the picks. All right. So last time we did it was week 16. We did split 3-3.
Okay.
You had Patriots plus 14. I had Bills minus 14. Bills won, but definitely not by over 14 points. So you won that one.
That was a close game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they won right at the end.
I remember that.
Goal, yep. Colts. I had Colts minus 3.5. You had Titans plus 3.5. Colts won that one. You had Rams minus 3. I had Jets plus 3. Jets obviously took the L there. You had Chargers minus 2.5. I had Broncos plus 2.5. Chargers won that one. Then I had Dolphins plus 1. You had Niners minus 1. Dolphins hit. And then I had Cowboys plus 4. You had Bucks minus 4 and Cowboys hit. Yeah. So as we currently sit,
I'm up like 5 or 6.
Yeah. You are 62, 57, and 4. I'm 57, 62, and 4.
Up 5. Is that what it is?
Yeah, 5 right now.
Okay.
So 5, we got Saturday, Sunday games. Yeah. And then after that, just postseason, man.
Okay.
So we got plenty, man. We got plenty. All right, so let me see.
We doing these? You pulling them up or you want me to pull them up?
Hold on real quick. Let me see. Let me see if I can get this real quick, man. Because usually we do it with both of us having them up. Because that was where I felt like we running issues, man.
I'll pull them up. I'm
going to still need mine anyways. Yeah, good. Okay. And you said we're going to spend about 5 minutes and then I'm going to have us out of here right on time. All right. Let me see.
All right.
Over here,
wow, this one's insane.
Oh, I'm scared.
This first one's insane. It's no Thursday night games. No games.
That's right. Yeah, everything has to be this weekend, Saturday or Sunday. Yep.
That's a bummer.
All right,
we got the college football game though, happening right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know what is going on tonight. Yesterday there was nothing on. Well, that's because they moved the college football game.
Mm-hmm. That's why we got the game. Yeah, you got the action today, man. All righty. Bruh, why is this thing so difficult? There we go. NFL. All right. See, Deke, eventually I'm going to get internet like regular people, bro. But all right, let's get it. So first one, god dang.
Yeah.
That's the spread?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Y'all hit that like button one time for the coach. And don't forget to subscribe. Jaron, Pittsburgh Steelers for life. We're going to get to you these picks. Here we go. So, Ravens minus 20. Browns plus 20. How you feeling about that one, man?
Man, I don't know what quarterback's playing for the Browns.
Same.
If it is Jameis, I'll do the Browns plus 20.
Yeah, I don't like that at all, man. I think I'm gonna pass on that if we doing that.
So you wouldn't do Ravens minus 20 if Jameis plays?
No, because I don't think Lamar gonna play like that.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Although that's for the division.
It is though.
They do need to win that.
Yeah.
Minus 20 is just insane.
That's
I've never
points,
seen a spread that big this year. That's insane. If Jameis plays, I'll do Browns. But if you don't want to,
if Jameis plays, you do Browns. I'll do Ravens. And
really,
I don't like it at all.
Really?
Heck no, I definitely don't like it. But under the caveat of if it has to be Jameis though.
Yeah, if he doesn't play,
yeah,
throw that one away.
Fair. Yep. All right.
Starts.
No, he has to. Yeah, be the guy. Yeah. I'm with you.
Steelers plus 2 against the Bengals. Saturday, 4:30. I mean, we're both in agreement there.
Yeah, we're good on money.
Eagles.
Good money on that one.
Minus 3 at home against the Giants. They're sitting Barkley, they're saying.
Yeah, I did see that. I like the decision.
Kenny has been DNP in practice. So they might be going with McKee. I mean, I would still take the...
I'm taking the Eagles.
Wait. You know
I'm
what?
a roll Philly.
Giants played pretty good last week.
Drew Lock, right? He look good.
Yeah, him and Neighbors.
I'm a roll Philly, y'all.
Hold on. I got to think here. Because Barkley ain't playing. Like, they're going to be sitting some guys, I think. Listen, if Kenny starts... Wait, what happens if Kenny starts, though?
I'm taking Eagles regardless.
Damn. I was going to say, I'll take Eagles if Kenny starts.
I'll take regardless,
If Kenny don't start, I'll do... Man, because like A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, they got to be sitting, right?
I would think.
I'll do Giants +3.
All right, I'm about to say. I just think Eagles. I'm rolling with the Eagles, man.
With the Drew Lock Neighbors connection. Let's do that.
Let's go Giants. Let's go G-men.
I'm assuming because this game has no caveats for you.
Yeah,
in terms of like you're just taking the Eagles
straight up.
Blank,
Yeah,
no matter who's out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I got to think they're benching their guys. If you're benching Barkley, you got to be benching because he's the guy going for the record.
Right. And if you're not going to let him go for the record, why
would you have A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith out there?
Yeah.
All right, Buccaneers -14 against the Saints.
Ew. I take Tampa, though, low-key.
I was going to as well. Yeah. They're playing for the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
Mike Evans playing for that 1,000-yard season. Packers at home -10 against the Bears.
If Caleb is playing, I'll take the Bears.
I mean,
Packers got stuff to play for, though.
Do they?
I think so, right?
I mean, they're locked in on the wild card. I think they're like the Chargers.
Maybe they can move up and down.
Yeah, maybe they could go from between the 5, 6, or 7 seed. Damn. I don't like picking these games right now. You're going Bears +10. Yeah, I'll go Packers -10.
I'm about to say, give me if Caleb. That's definitely the caveat though. Caleb got to be playing. I don't know if Caleb isn't playing. If that's what it is, I feel like he's playing. All right. Yeah.
Patriots +2.5 against the Bills. Patriots at home.
Oh yeah, man. You know, are we even talking about this one? Or you already know how we rolling with this one, man. Bills have 0 to play for.
Well, I know. Well, they're going to do the Josh Allen start.
Yes, because keep the streak alive.
They're doing a fake start for him.
He has to keep the streak alive.
What are they doing? One handoff and pulling him?
No. So because he actually has like a legit streak, that's why. If he wasn't, then it's like, yeah, you sit him completely. But he's literally just good out there. You got your start because he's not hurt.
It's not a real start.
Would you want to play the whole game?
Yeah.
For what?
Just don't count it as a start is what I'm saying. We know it's a fake start.
Does he start the game, though? You want him to finish the game is what you have a grievance with.
I'm just saying, we all know like he should be sitting this game. They got nothing to play for.
Was it a negative why they don't have nothing to play for? Or is it a good why they don't have nothing to play for?
It's a good one.
So we're gonna dock him because of that. Don't even sound right, Deke. That's all you hating over there, man. Don't you do him like that?
Who has the record? It's Brett Favre.
Yeah, Brett has the longest, and then from there, I think it was Eli.
Yeah, Eli
was next on
there.
it. Yeah, Eli was next on it.
So I don't know if any of those guys did this type of situation.
I don't know. I've never followed it.
I don't know either. I think that's the point I'm making. Yeah. Did any of them do the fake start?
I think if you play long enough, it's never a fake start when you start, man. That's. I think the fake start is like
Brett Favre would never do the fake start.
When I look at the Ben Skronik start, and you're like, how'd you start this game? That's the fake start to be. You know,
just because he's on the field for the first play.
Yeah, like Ben Skronik has started games when GP is on the roster and GP didn't even start.
Okay.
All because of the personnel group. That to me is the fake start. Versus if you're the guy and we know you're the guy, nah, man. What we talking about, man? Yeah,
we know what the reality of the situation.
You know what I mean?
This is gonna be a Mitch game.
Yeah.
Allen shouldn't get credit for a start here.
So what happens when Allen sits after the third quarter? Like, should he not get credited with the win since
they should,
technically Mitch finishes the game?
Listen, if all they want to do is start him, they should just have him in there, hand it off, and bench him.
What do you think they're gonna do?
I don't know. What do you think?
They're probably gonna just hand it off and bench him.
That's what they should do. But that's a fake start. Come on. That's not a real start.
No, no. Are you on the field? Are you taking the snap? You know it can go wrong in that one play.
I know.
All it takes is one play now.
Took 4 for Rodgers.
All it takes is one play, baby. You know that. So that's my only thing. I'm like, ooh. Yeah. But I like Mitch.
If Allen breaks the record, it's gonna have to have an asterisk.
Hey man, I like Mitch in this thing, man. So I'm good.
You're doing Mitch though?
Oh, absolutely, man. I don't care.
-2.5. I'll do Patriots.
My question is, why wouldn't I?
I'll do Patriots.
Why wouldn't I?
Although they got absolutely housed against the Chargers.
Once again, why wouldn't I? You gonna tell me what? You gonna sell me on Drake? Drake May? That's what you selling me on?
Yeah, I'll say Drake May's better than Mitch.
I just remember at one point Mitch Trubisky was Drake May. How about that? Yeah.
He wasn't as good as Drake May.
Don't you start
in his rookie year at least.
He got drafted higher than Drake May. Cut it out. Yeah.
No. Mitch was never better than Drake May as rookie year. Drake May's been showing some stuff.
No, he's been showing some stuff, but I'm just saying, like, at one point in time, Mitch was the very exciting young quarterback ready to take over the franchise, and technically Mitch had more success in Chicago than we've seen from Drake May just yet in New England. That's all. So I'm going to roll with Mitchie, man. And Mitch we trust. I'm going to drink my Mitch drink when I'm watching that
More
game.
Opportunities for Mitch, at least. We've seen more bad from Mitch, too, in Chicago than Drake May with the Patriots.
He's seen good, too, though. He's taking the team to a postseason.
That's why I specified Drake May's better in his rookie year than Mitch's rookie year.
That's why you said it like that. Was why you went there
because
specific.
Mitch,
I was like,
I think it was Mitch's second year. He made the Pro Bowl. They won the division, I think. Did they win the division?
I don't know if
they had the playoff game. I think they had a home playoff game.
Because that's
when the kicker missed it, right? Cowboys +6 at home against the Commanders.
I don't like that.
Damn,
I don't like that at all.
Because it's like how much is Daniels playing?
Seriously,
they got their playoff spot locked up.
Yeah, I'll take Cowboys in it because I would never pick Commanders.
There was a Trey Lance sighting last week.
Yeah, I'll definitely take Cowboys if you want action on this game. But yeah,
fine. Yeah, I'll do Commanders -6. Right. Falcons at home -8 against the Panthers.
Okay, how you feeling about that one?
Penix has been looking good. Yeah, I'm good with that. Penix, Falcons.
My problem is
that's why'd they do that? They got the Buccaneers game before the Falcons. They messed up on the schedule. Or I'm sorry, at the same time at 1 o'clock. All right, that's not that bad. They should have done Falcons game at 1 o'clock though, and then Buccaneers at 4.
Yeah, personally, man, I don't like that. I don't want to pick on the Panthers. I don't like the Panthers.
You're not doing that?
I don't want to pick the Panthers. I don't like the Panthers.
Bryce Young's been all right.
You take them then.
No, I'll do Falcons -8.
Yeah, I'm like, I've seen Penix. They still ain't figured it out yet. So I want to roll with that one.
Titans at home -1.5 against the Texans. I'm not doing this because they're splitting time between Mason and Levis.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Oh,
they said they're trying out both quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm good on that then. It's bad when you're doing that. Yep. I'll take Jacksonville though in this next matchup.
Colts -5 at home against the Jaguars. Yeah, there's no way I'm taking the Colts.
I was just check. I'll take Jacksonville though.
Colts are terrible. Broncos -10.5 against the Chiefs.
Give me the points.
Broncos.
I'll take Chiefs with the points if you give it to me.
I would too.
Oh,
yeah, I don't like
Chiefs
this.
with the points, bro.
Yeah, Broncos. They're gonna be a little tense there. I think. Carson, nothing to lose. Raiders at home. Yeah, Juju will be playing.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure Marquise Brown will be in there too. Still trying to knock off the rust. Raiders at home +4.5 against the Chargers.
I don't like that one.
Chargers backup is who again? It's Heineke. But no, they're going to be playing. I'll do Chargers -4.5.
I don't like that. Yeah,
I'll do Chargers -4.5.
That mean I'd have to take.
They're going to be playing Herbert for sure.
Well, why would I take the Raiders?
Good question.
Yeah, I'm not taking the Raiders.
Why is the line only 4.5?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, I don't like that.
Jets +1 at home against the Dolphins.
Tua, you know I'm riding with the Dolphins. Give me Tua. Come on, man. You know you riding with Aaron Rodgers, man. This might be your last time to ever pick Rodgers this week, too, man. This could be your last one.
So what's the deal with this one here? If
Dolphins win, they got a chance to make the postseason.
Okay, that's happening at the same time as the Broncos.
Yeah.
425 for both of them. So, yeah, Dolphins.
So they're going to have action. Yeah, they got action the whole time.
They're going to be screen watching a little bit too much and get distracted. So, yeah, Jets +1.
There it is.
Rodgers talking about this potentially being his last game.
He said he's not going into the darkness this time.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said. Said he'll make his decision elsewhere, but he's not going into the darkness to figure out. Yeah.
Mustn't have been that good.
The results clearly weren't.
Yeah, picked the wrong team, picked the wrong situation.
They ain't got Achilles in the process. No.
Rams +6.5 at home against the Seahawks.
I like Geno.
Rams, I think they're sitting Stafford.
They are.
They got Garoppolo out there. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Cardinals -4 at home.
I like the Cardinals.
Against the Niners.
I like the Cardinals.
Dobbs is starting. You don't want to go with your boy Dobbs?
Shout out to my boy Dobbs.
I'm going Cardinals too.
I picked the alumni on this one. Just, you know what I mean?
Like,
with it doubt.
Kyler ain't playing that bad.
But no, I think the Cardinals are the better team in this matchup. Yeah. But Dobbs is playing, man. I should have picked it just for the homie, but I'm not.
I'll do Cardinals minus 4.
I'm not all the way good on that one, bro.
Last one. Don't have many picks this week.
We got enough though. I like Vikings in this one.
It's because this is just a janky slate with like who's starting, who's not.
I like Vikings in this one though.
Lions at home minus 2.5 against Vikings.
I like Vikings in this one. I like Vikings in this one. I like Sam Darnold in this one. I like Justin Jefferson in this one. I like Jordan Addison. You heard my fantasy football lineup. You heard who I've been rocking with. You know who I go with.
Lions at home.
Come on, man. You know who I'm rolling with. Give me my minutes.
The Lions' 2 losses this year, I heard, have been at home.
Well, one was to Buffalo. That doesn't count.
And who's the other one? Buccaneers early in the season.
Yeah. Baker, yep.
I'll do Lions.
Let's go.
I do think at home.
Let's go.
I think Campbell's going to get them freaking fired.
I hope he does.
Like,
I hope
these guys aren't coming in here and taking this division from us.
He clearly had the dudes fired up last week, man. They showed up and showed out, and I'm happy for that. Yep, I'm glad that they did what they did last week. I believe it. Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? You don't like their approach?
No, I think it was a great approach. I just think that now how do you resell this one? Because you sold the heck out of, hey, in the midst of a game that don't matter, I want you to act like it matters. All right, you gave me all that. Now do it again. I'm just ready to see you do it again. I think that's a lot because they showed up and really was like on some like, yo, this is a big, big game for us.
They've been doing it consistently all year, though.
They have.
All year.
But last week was like the first real, this game has 0 on it. We know what this week is, though. He passed the test. That wasn't a Tomlin game. It wasn't a trap game. It wasn't a Campbell game. Like, they took care of business against that Niners team last week. I just think that now it's like, yo.
I think he did it right, though, too, because it does get tough in those type of scenarios, especially when you have another game of, like, who do I sit, like, who deserves to sit, who deserves to play, and maybe, I think he handled it. At least, you know what I appreciated from him? At least he said he thought about it.
Yeah.
As opposed to just burying his head in the sand and just being like, oh, we're Detroit. We're playing everyone. We're going balls to the wall.
He considered it, man. Yeah.
So that's their identity. I think you appreciate that. Yeah, exactly.
That's their identity.
Luckily, I think for them, no one got hurt. So this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that counts. This is the one that gets you the bye, home field advantage. Big swing. Yeah, this is a good one for Sunday night.
Yeah, man.
Because you don't win all of a sudden you're 5 seed. You're going on the road.
The NFL has won back-to-back years with this final Sunday night matchup between, like I said, last year Bills Dolphins. It was a 2 seed and a 7 seed on the line. This year a 1 seed and a 5 on the line this year.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that is a heck of a swing, man.
That'll be a crazy 5 seed for
swing,
either
bro.
one of these teams because you'll have a 3-loss 5 seed
coming to town.
That'd be crazy. And I don't know what team will that be. Who's the 4 seed? It's gonna be the Rams, I guess.
Yeah.
Or no, it'll be the Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
You lose this, you go on the road against Buccaneers as opposed to bye and playing at home.
And that's a dangerous Tampa.
Or it's Falcons. If Buccaneers lose, Falcons win.
Yeah. I think they want the Falcons matchup. I don't think they want to go into Tampa.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
I like it. So, Jaron, another update. I'm going to send you these via email anyways, but Deke got the Browns if Jameis plays. I obviously have the Ratbirds in that matchup. Deke has the Giants. I have the Eagles. Hopefully Kenny is out that thing. Let's go, KP, for old time's sake.
Wait. We did the Eagles one?
Yeah, you took the
Giants.
Wait,
I said if Kenny plays, though, I don't want that.
You said you don't want if Kenny plays?
If Kenny plays for the Eagles, I'm not going against Kenny.
We
could flip it though.
What?
Yeah,
what?
That's a caveat. I'm not going against KP. I don't think he's gonna play though. I mean, he's been DNP.
Shout out to Kenny, man. Shout out to Kenny. All right, so if Kenny plays, then no pick. But if Kenny doesn't play, then all right.
I'll do Eagles with Kenny. You could do Giants.
I've already said I want the Eagles, man.
No matter what.
That's what I told you. I said it didn't matter who was. I was like, I want the Eagles, man.
That's fair.
So all good. Okay. I like that. I like the caveat though. All right. From there, Deke has the Packers. I have the Bears in that matchup. Deke has the Patriots. Of course, let's go Buffalo. And Mitchie, we trust, with the real start by Josh Allen, might I add. Then from there, Deke has the Commanders. I got the Dallas Cowboys. You know the stars all aligned when I was born. Come on, Dallas, do it for me now. Deke got the Jets with Aaron Rodgers potentially the last.
Rodgers has cost me on so many of these picks.
Potentially the last game of his career.
He's been terrible for me this year.
And he gets to go against the fighting Tua Tagovailoa. I've been riding the Tua train. I ain't about to jump off today. Then from there, man, Deke has the Lions, and I'm rolling with the Minnesota Vikings. Shout out to Justin Jefferson. Shout out to Jordan Addison, Pitt product, right? Or USC.
Yeah, he's Pitt.
Pitt product. And then, of course, Sam Darnold. He don't see ghosts anymore, baby. I like it.
First thing I'm doing after this show is Googling whether or not Brett Favre or Eli Manning have fake starts on the resume.
That's crazy. Don't do that, man. That's hostile, man. You're making it like it's a real, like.
Google AI. They should be able to tell me right off.
I hope they don't. I hope they tell you, nope. I hope they say, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I hope that's what they say.
They're going to say, no, there's never been any games where Brett Favre, Eli Manning went in for one snap and left.
We will see how everything plays out. We will see. But that will conclude today's show, man. An absolute vibe. So shout out to the homie Deke. Shout out to y'all that are watching it. Like I said, man, live, unfortunately not available, but on the upload. So salute to each and every one of y'all.
Next week, are we back on the live?
Yeah, man. Hopefully, internet don't. They come out here on Tuesday.
Oh my.
Yeah, they come out here on Tuesday, and this is their third time because we had to have multiple things, cultivated and added out here. So hopefully by the end of next week, show live, we're good to go. But we'll see, man. Either way, we're going to keep giving you that content. Where can they find you at this weekend, though, Deke, since you're not going to be at the stadium?
Not down.
Your boy be at the stadium. I'll be out there, but Deke ain't going to be there.
Yeah. Bleach Report again. Giving my post-game analysis.
There it is.
Telling you how it is.
You already seen it right there, man.
Hopefully it's not as bad or negative commentary as it's been the last couple weeks.
Respect on
Hopefully
that.
I don't got to talk about if the season ended right now, what quarterback am I signing? Let's just have a good game from Russ and be like, okay, this is the guy for the playoffs. Let's let it play out.
There it is. Let's make it happen. For those that are going to be down there at the stadium, man, your boys got the interviews. FedEx Great Hall, 90 minutes before kickoff. I have Tyson Alualu. Shout out to the homie. I'm a former teammate. Actually, my draft class partner. Rookie Symposium breakout group partner. That's like one of the first pro dudes I met, man. Shout out to my dog Tyson, man. But we'll be talking to him FedEx Great Hall before the game, and then up in the UPMC West Club, the opposite club of the one that we always in. We alternate things on the second interview, but that will be with Tyrone Carter as well, man. 2-time Super Bowl champion of the black and gold, man. So got some names, man. Got some OG, got some new G, but either way, it's going to be a vibe, and hopefully the black and gold will be getting a hat and t-shirt come Saturday night. That's the goal. But that will conclude the show. So like I said, if y'all liked it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. But either way, we appreciate you for tuning in. And until next time, baby.
Peace.